Hey guys, welcome to the WCB Podcast. This is episode, I don't know what number. I'm recording this intro from a mountain in Oregon, out here with Loophole for doing a rifle range week, which is kind of cool. A little different for a bow hunter like me, but fun getting to shoot 1,000 yards, setting up all the Loophole stuff. So shout out to Loophole for having us out and doing this. But I'll just get to the business since I'm on a mountain. The podcast is presented by Grizzly Coolers, Big Time, Huntworth, Loophole, Trophy Line, Hoyt Archery, Novix Tree Stands, Black Ovis, Blackgate Trail Cams, Victory Archery, Illuma Trailers, Deercast, Old Barn Taxidermy, and Mountain Ops this week. So trying to be fast so I can get the intro to Jordan and we can get this episode cranked out for you. Hope you guys enjoy this one. It's kind of a hunting camp, buck story style. So always a good time. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the support. Remember the shoot June 21st. And we will be back on our regular scheduled program next week. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy this one.
Hey everybody, this is Mark Drury with Drury Outdoors.
Hey all you deer hunters, this is Jimmy John.
This is Jared Mills.
Hey everybody, this is Caitlin Moss.
Hey guys, this is Jared Scheffler from Whitetail Adrenaline.
What's up guys, Josh Barks from Midwest Whitetail.
Hey, this is Nick Mutt from Bone Collector.
This is Chancey Walters.
Working Class Bow Hunter. Working Class Bow Hunter. Working Class Bow Hunter Podcast.
Working Class Bow Hunter Podcast.
WCB.
Working Class Bow Hunter. Working Class Bow Hunter. You're listening to the Working Class Bow Hunter. That's right, this is the podcast for Billy Joe Lunchbucket, the working man, just like me and you. My name's Travis T-Bone Turner from the Bone Collector. Thank you for tuning in.
Those people on that pod, those hosts are a little unhinged.
Working Class. Working Class.
Working Class Bow Hunter.
You're listening to my buddies on Working Class Bow Hunter.
Best motherfucking podcast on the planet.
Episode 712 of the WCB Pod. We're back in here. We haven't been here in a while, but we have, right?
Yeah, we were here last week. It just doesn't feel like we were.
It's just like my brain's still like recuperating from show season, but Kurt Geyer's here speaking. This is my voice.
Eric Hammond.
Doug Schmidt.
We have the Pike County Trophy Doe Hunters in the building right now. And I don't know how many members of your guys' like gang there is, but I feel like we have the main three.
Three of the main four.
Three of the main four. Okay.
Yeah, you put me on a head count. You said three, maximum three. So I brought the first two
that matter.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You've been on the podcast before.
Yeah.
But it's been how long? Get a little closer to your mic there.
2021. Summer of 2020.
Okay. That's, yeah.
Been a minute.
All right. Well, welcome back.
Yeah. We were still at your house and you only had one kid and she was itty bitty.
Yep. Little Isla May. And so, yeah, now all you guys, your first time seeing the studio, which I thought some of you boys, which introduce yourself as we talk so everybody knows your voice.
Right. Brian Johnson, president.
Thank you for adding your title on that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Jake Swoboda, vice president. I mean, if Brian's going to add it, I better as well.
Love it.
Spencer Woodward. Would you say
Sergeant at Arms?
Great titles. Thank you guys for all coming here and being with us in person. I feel like a veteran shout out is in order because apparently Doug fucked up the reading part. Imagine that. Doug fucked up reading.
Say your last name again. No, that was the whole thing. It's impossible.
It is hard.
It's impossible. Not only that, like Brian gave you the spelling for it and you just didn't read ahead.
All right, let us have it.
Yeah,
again.
don't do that.
Say your last name.
Swoboda. There you go. Swoboda. That was pretty good.
No, no. Actually, Steve messed it up.
Oh, is that old of a veteran?
Yes.
Oh, I'm in the clear. Yeah.
Wow. Steve, that's because I put the phonetic spelling, like pronunciation, and Steve was like, "Oh, thank you," and he still fucked it up.
Yeah. All right, so Doug can.
And I love Steve, but apparently he can't read either.
Oh wow.
Well,
that's why Doug took it over.
Good for me.
That's why we always put the people who can't read in the veterans shout out.
Yeah, because most of us can't either. So yeah, I can relate.
Yeah, I figured that's the best way to do it.
Well, thank you for your service.
It was my pleasure.
Your
honestly,
thank you.
Pleasure.
Yeah, good.
Cheers.
Good. Yeah, cheers to you.
Cheers.
Thanks,
boys.
man. Thanks for your service. There's a veteran shout out. We need to do those more.
Yeah, we do.
Doug.
I know. We are.
You're slacking. You just cheers his mustache.
I tried.
You got close.
Boys, first of all, before we get rolling, first of all, the WCB podcast is presented by Grizzly Coolers. But something we actually didn't do anything at all with it. We just talked about getting it going and tasted it and liked it. Kill Bottle Whiskey from Ledruck Distillery. We wanted to gift you guys, your team, a bottle for hunting camp. So we got you a bottle of Kill Bottle.
Awesome. What's the weekend of the outing this year?
Last weekend in October.
It's the second to last.
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
Sometime
right.
in October.
We typically do all get together at my place, and usually they bring a surprise that we don't like. This one is we're going to save this, and that's going to be something.
Put that baby right there so the label's facing the camera.
We've
like
had
so?
some
Spin it
Malort
this
up
way.
there. I
Yeah, there
know
we
that that's been a.
Malort's been quite the fancy here in the WCB pod lately. And then something else I want to throw in for you guys, because you guys are probably going to need it if you guys ever want to kill bucks, which we'll get
We
into.
did all right.
We'll get into. You guys are doe hunters. We know trophy doe hunters.
It'll help you find more does.
Only piece of taxidermy that complimented this whole building was the doe mouth.
Well, it's the first thing I said. I mean,
Well, we talked about the coos deer too, but I mean, you're right. The doe took.
Yeah, the two smallest animals in this fucking place.
To be fair, the coos deer is probably on a doe mount.
Yeah, or not even. Like,
Doe
what are we
fly.
going to shoot to get some attention around here? But Deercast wanted to give you guys Elite Plus subscriptions at Deercast. So
great.
Oh,
that's awesome.
brother.
one for each of you fine gentlemen. And you got another crew member. He's going to need to be involved. So set him up as well.
Oh, we'll set aside this one for Timmy. You see him all the time, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Shout out to Timmy. So
Timmy.
thank you guys for being here.
Timmy is the other cabinet member,
What's his title?
Secretary of Defense.
That's fucking awesome.
That is great. Of doe fence.
So he's number 3. Spencer's number 4, technically.
What the fuck, dude?
Why I got to put him on the spot like that?
Dude, why you got to cut him down? Like
Hey, I'm
Well, we
still here.
did have an election,
That's true.
and Spencer didn't put his name in the hat for any of the cabinet spots.
I think it was
He's
pretty
kind of
good
a-
at
it's
that
not
point.
Us.
So it's
like
not that bad they got
the group.
fourth if you didn't even put your name in it.
I think we're up for probably
Re-election.
Well, it says in the bylaws. We do have bylaws too. I just forgot to bring
Holy
them.
shit. Jesus.
I'm all-time president.
You guys
So
got a rule book?
Yeah,
That's a dictatorship, I think.
well, I'm the only one. I'm the only one still around that founded it. So, and it's my property. I'm the only one that has property in Pike County.
I will
So,
say that has a lot to do with it.
That does help. Your
Okay.
cause.
So refresh me, because I'm sure we talked about a little bit of this 4 years ago or whatever the hell it was, or more.
5.
Almost five. Almost 5, yeah. What the hell? I mean, obviously, Pike County Trophy Doe Hunters, like the name is in it, but why?
Okay, so me and my friends David and Zach, they're the co-founders. Neither one of them are active anymore, really, because they all both moved out of state.
They're still around.
Yeah, they're still around. Like they're in the group chat, but they're not. They don't come down.
They still shoot does?
Hunt any? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Pike
Especially
County?
no, they don't like to pay for the non-resident tags.
Fair.
And David's in-laws, he lives in northern Wisconsin. They have a lot of good ground. He likes hunting up there. And then Zach's job moves him all over the place. He moved to Tennessee, then he moved to Oklahoma, and that's where he still is. And in Tennessee, you could shoot 5 deer a day, I think, or something like that down there. It was crazy. So he was stacking bodies in Tennessee for a while. And we've got some people that live in eastern Iowa. But
Nice.
Got a new member in Missouri.
oh yeah, we got Josiah. He's in Missouri.
Yes.
And
Northern Illinois.
it started because David and Zach were sleeping on air mattresses on the floor of my cracked-in cabin.
I love the cracked in. It's great.
And, well, if you visit, which one of these days you probably will, you're gonna walk in and be like, "There's flies and mice and
no running water
and an OSB floor, and that's what it is."
Okay.
Sick.
But it's got a brand new roof that will outlive us all.
Yeah.
We like to call it rustic. You know,
Yeah.
it's in.
It's 10.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so we were sleeping on air mattresses, just hunting, hanging out for the weekend. We just got back from town. We were all shit-faced. And there was this huge outfitter that's like right around the corner, like 3 miles away. And they own property, or the leased property that butted up to us. And we always used to joke of, let's just fill a truck bed full of does and go down to the outfitter's headquarters and show them what real deer look like. And then
honestly, they'd probably love that because that takes care of the does they're not shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just
helping them. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but I guess, like I said, we were shit faced, and
I love it. I love all of it so far.
And we just kept joking and joking and joking about it, and then the joke never died, and then,
Just snowballed from there.
And now you have bylaws.
Yeah, now we have we have bylaws, we have
election.
Yeah, we had an election and
erections.
Fucking polo collared shirts.
Yeah, the collared shirts.
Yeah, where's his at? He's got a pocket tee on.
It's back.
Hey, pocket tees are sick.
Number 4 doesn't get you have to be top 3 to get the collared shirt.
Well, we gave him rank last year or the year before, so his rank came after the polos.
Okay, I can't understand if this rank thing is fucking real or not real.
No, it is because like me, Jake, and Tim make decisions if we can't agree or if we need to, like, we're going to change something. We put it out for a vote. Otherwise, me, Jake, and Tim just make the decisions, and then we got voted into our spots. And then,
let's be honest. There's very little decisions.
Yeah, there's very few decisions that need to be made.
Mostly, it's about the build up to this sounds like it's some sort of MC.
Give me an example of a decision that needed to be
like
made.
adding a new member.
What weekend are we going to hunt?
Or no, if
that's an easy decision.
Okay, what's it take to be a member?
We have an application.
Oh, we should have brought an app.
Do you actually have an app?
There's one in your email from a long time ago.
I got one.
I wonder if I could find it.
From the PCTDH email.
Were you around the first time he was on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about hockey.
Oh, okay.
It was part of that fucking 4-hour podcast where me and Steve got way too drunk and it was a problem.
I remember that. You're wasted.
Problem.
Look at that shit. I fucking found it.
Oh, it's an internship.
Everyone starts out as an intern and then you get, after 1 year, you get to be a full member.
What do you have to attach? Attach a photograph?
All right, let me read this off. PCD. It's a hard thing to fucking.
I know the acronym's a bit much, but
it's a lot.
No,
all right,
it's perfect.
Name, city, town, residence, phone, profession, title. Do you doe hunt? Is the first question. Number 2, how much pussy on average do you put on the pavement annually? Dope. Describe pussy a little bit here.
That's a doe. Putting pussy on the pavement is shooting does.
Okay.
Oh.
Describe in detail your affection of.
Or disdain
for cosmic
That
brownies.
is a very important question.
Okay,
That is okay. So for when we hunt together, every single morning we eat cosmic brownies for breakfast.
That is breakfast.
I love that. I love
Team
that.
breakfast.
I'm not a cosmic brownie fan.
Yeah, but what could you replace it with? Like, is there a replacement for that? Or is
Oatmeal
that
cream pie.
No, you can eat those by yourself. Cosmic brownies are for breakfast.
with the crew?
You just skip breakfast.
All right.
It's not like a deal breaker, but it's
really coming at me.
It's not.
I mean, it's not a
deal breaker.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
you just have to be around while everyone else eats their cosmic
I've
brownies.
never met anyone besides Doug that wasn't lactose intolerant or allergic or something that fucking didn't eat cosmic.
I just don't
brownies.
like them.
If cosmic brownies are the thing that takes you out, you deserve to die anyway.
Doug, the diabetic guy on the squad.
That's true.
Eats
Do you
cosmic.
still eat them?
Oh yeah, he has to.
Oh, yeah.
He has to.
While hunting, how many? All right. While hunting, how many ounces of estrus do you believe is necessary to carry at all times?
That's like an inside joke.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I like that. How long can you maintain #full draw while hunting?
Another one.
Oh, sick. Have you heard or been exposed to the musical genius of A2M? If so, explain. I love that. If necessary, would you be willing to exterminate a mature deceased doe buck in order to maintain the health and welfare of the herd?
A diseased doe is a buck.
Diseased. I said deceased. My reading's not doing very well. Do you rip heaters or darts or smoke burners, cigarettes while deer hunting? If yes, explain.
We're looking for hard nose on that.
A lot of if yes explains.
Do you sometimes get out of the stand unnecessarily early and intentionally interrupt other hunters simply because you felt like it? If yes, explain. Have you ever uttered the phrase, "It's only a doe"? If yes, explain. Do you believe in quality deer management? Number 12, are you willing to ridicule both privately and publicly other hunters for blatant and What the fuck is that word?
Egregious.
Egregious. I haven't read that word, I don't think, ever in my life. Shortcomings in hunting etiquette.
I don't know what that means.
Hunting etiquette, if you...
We know that. What's egregious? Like
severe.
Oh,
serious.
severe. Absurd, yeah. All right, number 13. Will you, to the best of your ability, be able to participate in summer food plot maintenance, plannings, periodic lawn mowing, and attend the annual pro staff?
Also, while we're on that question, can we talk about the only one that does participate in that?
Yeah, no, you're welcome, guys. I, carrying the team in that aspect, and
this is a good. I like this one. Number 14. Can you operate a piece of shit 1949 case tractor?
Yeah,
that one should have a if yes, explain.
yeah.
Well, no, I don't give a fuck how. But that's the only tractor I have, and it's been out of commission for a half a decade.
All right, I'm curious on this one. Number 15. Do you hate people from New York?
That is...
If yes, explain.
So that's another one. So me and David, we would see all the out-of-state plates. New York,
yeah.
New York,
That's right.
by far the most people. And they're at Farm and Home buying fucking everything off the shelves and buying $2,000 box blinds the day before shotgun season starts and all kinds of dumb shit. Just
So we hate them.
And I used to work at Gander Mountain.
Same.
And I worked at the firearm counter.
The trifecta.
And they would come in.
And so did Joe Humphreys and the McDaniels, by the way.
Oh, shit.
They used to fly into Springfield Airport from New York and then drive an hour to Pittsfield for their outfitter. And they just wouldn't bring a gun. They thought they could just buy a gun here.
Oh, shit.
And then so they'd come in the day before shotgun season or the morning of opening day and
Try and
buy a shotgun, and they got to wait. I'm like, okay, well, even if you do pass your background check, you can't pick it up till tomorrow, which is ignorant, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it was the worst. Dealing with all these people from fucking Long Island that didn't have a fucking clue what they were doing. Never shot a deer. Never went hunting before. Probably didn't own a gun, actually.
I'm walking it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So it was just became an inside. It just became an inside joke that we'd see all these New York plates in the parking lot of the farm store in Pittsfield.
I appreciate that.
And anyone from Pittsfield or the area is listening, you know what I'm talking about.
So for people out of Illinois, Pike County, we forgot to kind of clarify this.
Oh, yeah.
We take that for granted. Everybody knows what Pike County is. Pike County, I'm sure you've heard of it if you're into hunting at all, but if you don't live in Illinois, Pike County was the most notorious big buck county from outfitters and TV shows from the 90s into the mid-late 2000s, and then it just fell off the face of the earth.
The Golden Triangle, baby.
Golden Triangle.
So overhunting, bad management, the tag allocations are still all fucked up.
Yeah. It's, it was magical when it was magical. That was like...
Some trophy does apparently though.
Oh, they're still there.
Oh yeah,
they never left.
No,
they got neglected. That's why the does are so big.
2 bills on the hoof sometimes.
You got 30-year-old does out there.
Yeah, they got does hitting butcher weight.
Yeah. 16. How many Bigfoot malware decoys do you own?
That is another inside joke because that used to be the only thing left at Farm and Home when the fucking New Yorkers would leave. So David used to say that he was going to buy these for the decoys to bring in the deer. That's, like I said, another inside joke.
I already see my favorite one coming up, but I got to read 17. Do you respect the landowner and her rules while hunting or otherwise utilizing their property? Number 18, hashtag meh. Is that meh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
19. Do you...
That's all of our kids' first word.
Man.
Correct.
Yes.
100%.
19. Do you consent to photos, videos containing your image and likeness being posted on social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, etc., as a representative of your long acronym?
PCTDH.
Number 20. Have you ever received a citation or been subject to custodial detention for the commission of a violation of the wildlife code? Okay. 20. 2 20s. Did you know that?
Nice. No, I didn't. I probably added one ahead of a earlier thing and just forgot to update it.
I love that there's 2 20s for no reason.
Well, I think you're the first person to ever notice that. So,
well, you mean, will you represent the acronym organization with class and aid in maintaining positive community relations, aka stay off the WCB podcast?
No, that one I think I put in there because I had 2 outfitters that I shared a fence with, and my grandpa and them fucking hated each other. So I was just I was trying to kiss their ass a little bit just in case we had one jump the fence or something that we needed a blood trail. And yeah, I was just like, please don't be a dick to these people.
Love that. 21, list your top 3 favorite alcoholic drinks in order. All right.
If yes, please
Guys,
explain.
I'm going to need, since it's on the application, I'm going to need your top 3 in order right now.
Number 1, brandy sour old fashioned.
Okay, nice.
Number 2, brandy squirt.
That'd be it. Okay, yeah, I'm in.
Number 3, Busch Light.
Not a terrible list.
Okay. Moving around the table.
So I'm going to go to number 1, Busch Light. Number 2 is going to be Busch Light.
Oh.
And number 3 is going to be Busch Light.
Wow.
Is that possible?
Well, that's how
Busch Light
I got to 300 pounds by drinking Busch Light. So.
You're welcome.
So is that answer actually passes on the application?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as they're not like Mike's hard fucking
Seltzer,
line.
something,
Zima?
and then-
Well, I'll fuck with a seltzer.
Zima.
Don't get me wrong.
You ever had a
When
Zima?
last time you seen we had a Zima?
The last time you killed that big 9?
I don't know. Sometimes when me and Alex are over there by ourselves in the summer, we'll fucking delete some seltzers. But
Oh yeah.
yeah?
there's really no
What
wrong
do you
answer.
mean?
What do you mean? What?
What do you mean when you guys are together, you'll...
Oh,
Zima
no.
it up.
We were both on a no carb kick there for a while, so he brought a fucking truck bed full of Truly and
You were at
White Claw.
carbless?
Carbless stuff. That's really good.
Carbless fucks.
What, is that like its own thing?
Yeah. It's the same thing, just no carbonation, and there's no...
Oh, yeah. Actually, I got a buddy from
It's
high school
carbless.
that works for High Noon, and he worked a golf event with my mom recently and gave my mom a whole bunch of free shit.
High Noon rules.
Yeah, I fucks hard with High Noon.
Some Nooners.
Doesn't Dave Portnoy own High Noon?
No, they were sponsored him for a while. I don't think he owns any part of the company.
Oh, I thought he did.
He might. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know him.
All right, top 3.
I don't know.
He seems like a good guy.
Lattes. What was I going to do second? I don't know. Well, probably lattes, Leinie Kugels, and Coors Light.
Oh, I have,
All beer.
I have an honorable mention. Honorable mention, Leinie Kugel Sunset Wheat.
Okay. Eric, let's just roundtable it. We're on this.
We're going to be next.
Yeah.
Hold on before you do
he
that.
said
I had one of
your
them. I had one of those Leinie
No,
Kugel.
Doug.
You got one more? I had one of them reds, Leinie Kugel Reds. Just
Like
recently.
the original Leinie Kugel? Like
No,
the
it was like
full
a
flavor?
red lager or something.
Oh, okay.
All Line
It
Kugels
slapped.
is good. All Line Kugels
For
is
sure.
good.
Here
Eric,
we go. Busch Light, Old Fashioned, and Cold Snap.
What kind of old fashioned?
all wrong answers.
What did you say
Oh,
the last
you
one
got it.
was?
You can't just
Cold
say
snap.
old fashioned. There's
A
like
cold
19
snap or
different
cold
kinds.
snap?
You have to have a
And cold
favorite.
bottle whiskey.
Yeah, kill bottle bourbon. I think that's going to be top 3, right?
Thank you.
Yep.
Kill bottle, kill bottle,
I was
kill
waiting.
Eric, when you say old fashioned, what kind? Like
bottle. A
whiskey?
kill bottle old fashioned.
That's the
Sweet,
kind.
sweet, sour,
Yep.
cherries,
Gold jacket, green
mushroom,
jacket. they're all
olive.
the
What do
same.
you?
Yep.
All right.
Kurt?
I do love. I've been drinking Kill Bottle all night because I killed a turkey this morning. We can
You
get
deserve
into that later. Thank you. Thanks. We'll talk about it. Don't clap for me. It's just a turkey, but I had fun. Thank you.
Don't
too
say
kind.
that.
You're too kind. I know. That downplays it. It was a great turkey. It's the best turkey.
With a bow.
The video's dope.
I like it old. Thank you. I like old fashions. I love the variants of old fashions. So that answers both sides. Like, I go into Wisconsin where they're like, well, fucking what kind? You got to know what you're ordering. Bitch, just give me a fucking old fashioned. Let's not make it a big
Put
stink.
the fries in the bag.
I'm just trying to drink. Yeah. It's honestly the same
No,
thing.
but honestly, they have a point though.
I know, but make me one. This is what I like. Make it. Fucking, I don't care. I like them all. Like, I'm pretty easy to please.
You can make it any way, and I'll fucking drink it.
Make the house special.
Yeah. What do you like? Make that, bitch. I don't know. Settle down.
If you ever
Why
tell
you gotta be a
time,
bitch, Kurt?
I don't
You
mean
tell them that
to,
every time.
I don't mean to
Freak out
interrupt
on
your
it.
story, but if you take the road that follows the Mississippi all the way up to like northern Wisconsin from southern Wisconsin, you'll come across like a million of these towns that are they're like for snowmobile people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
It's beautiful.
There's like a 6-room motel, a bar, and 3 houses, and that's the whole thing. And they have the best fucking drinks at those places.
Oh, big
Oh
time,
yeah,
dude.
for sure.
The Wisconsin bars where you can't see a square inch of the wall because there's shit all over the walls. Best old fashioned.
Yeah, and I'm 6'5", so then they got 6-foot ceilings, and you
Yeah.
gotta sit there. You gotta sit there like this the whole time.
It's part
Must
of the
be
fun.
nice.
I do
Floors are
love
covered in pull
Wisconsin
tabs.
for their like pull tabs, their supper club.
Don't
Like,
get me
what-
started.
everything alcohol related about Wisconsin is solid except for gas station beer prices.
Well, but I'll also say chill out on your old fashioned things. Like they do get mad if you don't know exactly what kind of old fashioned you're ordering. It's like I'll just go fucking spend money at another bar where they're nicer to me when I'm trying to have a drink and sit here and drink all night. You're being a cunt to me about if I want fucking bourbon or brandy in my old fashioned. I don't fucking know. Give me some options.
Where's the glasses, Kurt?
The glasses? I don't need them. That's honest. That's honest, though, right? We've all been cool guyed by some uppity Wisconsin bartender. Just like, sweet or sour? You want this? It's like, bitch, I'm just trying to fucking have a good time here. And you're being, I'm trying to give you money. I'm trying to give you money.
Just guess.
I've never had somebody be so rude to me when I'm trying to have fun and give you money. You know?
When I used to bartend, I used to say, do you trust me? If they ordered something like they said, you just say, give me an old fashioned. Okay, well, do you trust me?
Correct answer. Yeah.
That's a great answer.
Make me what you like.
Yeah, and then I would just make them a fucking brandy sour with bar sugar and cherries.
And you know what? That's fine. That's really what I'm looking for.
That's all I needed.
Every time. But then they drink it and they're like, "This, what the fuck? I wanted a whiskey and fucking Sprite."
Know what you want then. Know what you want
exactly.
That's their fault. Me, when I get up, I'm like, give me an old fashioned. Don't give a fuck. Just make the old fashioned you make here.
Yeah. Something with alcohol, please.
Yeah. Your boy's thirsty.
2 alcohols, please.
Yeah. So I like
Mr. I'm not a cop.
I like old fashioned of any kind. Mix it up. That old fashioned's a category. Kill Bottle, obviously biased a little bit, but I think it's great whiskey. I think our reviews have proven whiskey.
Yep.
And a Busch Light, of course, but I will say when the weather's a little warmer, I like some Coronas and or not the same category, but Leinenkugel's shandies of any kind.
Oh yeah.
I'll drink summer shandies when it's hot out until I fucking black out, and then
or throw up or pass out. Yeah,
and then keep drinking them.
In high school, my friend Jared had a pool at his parents' house, and he lived in town, so they made their whole backyard a pool. And I'm telling, this is the smallest in-ground pool I've ever seen in my life. It was a hot tub that wasn't hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we used to
it's like one of those Olympic swimming pools with no current. It's just like one of the little ones. You know what I'm talking about, where people practice swimming?
Yeah, that's kind of what it was. And they had not a blade of grass in their fucking yard. It was all in-ground pool.
And concrete.
And concrete, right. And there was a liquor store that the guy that ran the drive-thru was blind. And
that makes sense.
And if you talked low enough, he would fucking assume you were 50. So,
can I see your ID?
What the hell?
Yeah,
good.
Just show your ID. They got a blind guy running the alcoholic drive-through.
Yeah, and I'm not going to tell him which one because I don't want to fuck up his operation. But
he's still working there.
Last time I saw him, yeah, he was because my youngest sister. She's old enough now, but fuck, I used to tell her, hey, hit the drive-thru, see what Fred's up to.
Talk deep, Fred.
See what Fred's up to. But yeah,
oh, dude, you name dropped him too? Poor Fred.
That's a Theo Vaughn story, dude. That's not real.
That's real. I can call 2 people right now that will verify that.
Bro, let's call this guy live on the podcast.
One of my best friend, he used to say, "Oh, I forgot my ID, but my name's on my license plate," which it is, and he used to be like, "Okay."
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I can't see it anyways.
I'm blind, you asshole.
Yeah. He wasn't like nothing blind, but he was legally blind for sure because
couldn't drive a vehicle.
Oh no, probably because he got too many DUIs too. But
too many whiskey tickets.
Hey, he's blind from not ordering the right old fashions.
No shit.
But the thing is, you had to hit the drive-thru, or you could go to any of the the liquor stores that are owned by the Pakistanis or whatever. And if you had a girl with you,
what would you call them?
What would I call them?
I don't know. What are they from? Fucking Afghanis, Pakistan? I don't know. They're from somewhere.
Somehow it all seems offensive.
Brian keep digging here.
For all I know, it could be true. But if you had a girl with you in the car, they would just fucking sell it to you. So right across the street from the strip club.
From Fred.
No, Fred was on the other side of town.
Oh.
But
we're not saying what town. It's in Pike County somewhere. We know that.
Yeah, for sure.
Massachusetts.
And we just get all the line, like when summer shandy, because it used to be seasonal. I don't know if it is anymore.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
So we just fucking trunk of the car full of it, and we just sit in Jared's concrete backyard and fucking slam him all day. And then his folks would come home from work and they would just be like, "God damn it, Brian. What? Again?" And then me and Jared are just in there like, "Hi, how you doing?"
It's the 4th night this week.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
And then we would mow his grandma's house. His grandma lived next door. We'd mow her. We called her the bank. we'd have to run to the bank, and we'd just go to his grandma's house, mow her yard real quick, and she'd give us money to go buy more.
I love that. It's a good. That's a good method. That's Midwestern fun.
Her yard was all fucked up after a pool day, but yeah, for sure.
You just mowed it 3 times.
It's all fucking.
How short do you want it, Gam Gam?
We got the blind guy and the granny's senile, so she just pays him 3 times a day.
What a program you guys are on down there. No wonder your fucking county fell off the map for big deer. Just poor management practices all around.
Yeah, it was a weird side of town to grow up on. I'll tell you that.
I love that. Well, now that we got to know you guys a little bit, the audience, what is now from what was then last time you were on, I think people can relate. Doug, we never got your list of drinks first.
Oh, mine's real white trash. Busch Light, root beer and Captain, and then vodka Red Bull.
I've never seen you drink a root beer and Captain here at the studio.
Not here, but
Jordan?
at the bar all the time.
I've never seen you drink that either.
Captain root beer is delicious.
Okay. Yeah, I like it better than Captain.
It's like cream soda. Almost.
Yes, that's exactly. That's why you use the root beer instead of the cream soda. Because the rum and Coke is supposed to taste like a
beautiful
vanilla
mixture.
Coke.
Yes,
rum and root beer
mixture.
is already tastes like vanilla. Just it tastes that much better.
Doug, I've known you for 20 years. I've never seen you drink that.
I literally drank
listen,
it
Doug.
at every trade show we went to.
Listen, I think it's fucked up that now at 712 episodes that now you're making stuff up to seem cool in front of our audience that we now have.
Why would I make up?
It seems kind of like a
Captain and
shitty
root
play,
beer.
like that you're trying to like.
Dude, I drink it all the time.
Okay,
It's better than rum and Coke, I tell you that.
Do you believe Merrick?
I can concur.
I don't believe him.
I don't know if I do either. It seems a little sus.
Why would I make up? That drink's not even cool.
Yeah, you're right. I just felt like picking on you. Just checking, dude.
All right.
Back to where I was at. Now that people really get to know you guys, we got the foundation of the acronym team here. Is that okay if I call you guys that?
Yeah, fucking go for it.
I've been called way worse, brother.
Yeah, I've been called way worse today.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to know you a little better. Then let's talk some deer stories. What do you guys all do for jobs? You guys putting off some heavy narkish vibes.
Well, I'm a cop. He's a cop.
I'm not a cop.
He's not a cop.
You guys all look like cops.
Hey, you
Thank
gotta
you.
you gotta tell me if you're a cop though.
I'm not.
Okay,
It's the rules.
it's the rules.
Do they actually have to tell you that?
No,
No, there's case law that says we can lie to whoever the fuck we want. But
Brian, don't give away our secrets, dude.
Dude, I trusted you.
So what's your day job? What's your title? Can you say?
Nope. I can. So what I do have a side gig.
Okay.
Which you
called-
are aware of.
It's called
Yes.
OnlyFans.
Yes. OnlyFans.
Hey,
You may have heard of it.
you assist. I know you do this. You assist in prescribed fire.
Yeah, so I wear a couple hats, but one of them is I do some habitat work, fire, cutting, spraying, all that kind of stuff. Fire's the most fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, that's one of
Till it's not fun.
Well, if you do enough preparation,
Yeah.
it's fun and it's easy. Which Kurt did, which I've helped you that one time.
Yeah,
a couple years
Chris
ago.
Cedars came out. He came out again this year. He'll be in a few weeks for a podcast.
Yeah,
Good dude. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
yeah.
We had a good time. Scotty came out and helped, and
That's the one thing I remember from that day was Scotty wearing that backpack blower. the
yeah,
whole
he's
day.
supposed to come out here tonight and hang out, but I don't know if he'll be in or not. But yeah, no, it was cool watching you guys operate because you guys were like our leaned
Professionals?
into trust professionals for a guy who's never done it or been around it on a place that hasn't been burned in a decade. It gets pretty Western.
It can get pretty hairy if you don't do the right preparations. And like what you were saying earlier, that this year was a lot easier. Well, we knocked out, 30 years worth of fuels.
Yeah,
Which made it pretty Western that first year.
And I mowed all the burn breaks triple wide, and it was it was fine this year. It was great.
Yeah.
So
Good.
cool.
Glad I taught you something that day.
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, it's a good time. Like a little intimidating when you see a prescribed fire go up, but it's once you're like, all right, I get the process. It's at first nobody knows their role. Then everybody falls into their role. Like, all right, I'm this guy. I'm checking this. All right, I'm doing this, and then it becomes really fun. You can't.
And that is part of being the burn boss or the guy that knows what's going on.
the burn
is
boss.
I like that. Yeah, the burn boss.
yeah, that's fucking hot, dude.
You guys got to come out.
Pun intended.
You guys got to come out next time we burn. If we burn next year, it's fucking cool.
Well, do you have something planted that you have to burn every year, or you just like to?
Yeah, it's like CRP.
It was I would say it was in a program, right? And
Yeah,
you burn it for its mid management, and now you're just burning it to keep up with it.
Keep it up, yeah. Yep. And it needs burned one more time in a row, and I think we'll be good. So, just for something like the shrubbery growing up in that.
Yeah. So normally, like if you're attacking something for the first year and forever, you're gonna burn it for 3 years straight. Then once you kind of get it knocked back, you're gonna burn it every 3 to 5.
Yeah.
2 to 5. Because you're going to burn off all your fuels, and the next year there's not going to be anything there to burn.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the point in waiting a couple years.
Yeah, I think I'd say next year or the season after it probably needs burned again. But yeah, it's cool. You can see the progression of it.
Yeah,
you can definitely tell. It's fun, man. You feel like you're part of it. Yeah, but you guys, Doug and Eric, you guys got to come out.
It's a good way of feeling like you're doing.
It's fun.
It's a good way of feeling like you're doing something on a large scale. Really quick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whereas if you're going in there doing TSI or you're spraying or something, it takes a long time, takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of chemical, a lot of
you don't have that instant result either.
A lot of money.
You don't necessarily have that, instant
I'll
result.
tell you this, I've seen more turkeys in there
expensive.
this year after that burn than I have in a long time.
Turkeys love it.
Yeah.
So one thing progressing through my career and doing professional work in it, I went down to Oklahoma and did it. And they're burning for cattle. Like they're knocking back cedars and everything in their cattle pastures. They'll start fires, and there'll be cattle reaching over the fire to reach for that fresh green shit that's growing up underneath everything. They'll reach over the flame and start eating that stuff.
Really?
They love it. Yes.
So those guys are burning for cedar trees?
So they've got the eastern cedars that we've got around here, they've got a real problem out in Oklahoma. Like
I'll take some. I want to plant some strategically.
It's covering everything.
So it's just those little cedar berries get spread and they just grow fast, right?
Yeah.
That's what's just
right. But
it's the same cedars we have here, right?
Yes, but they've got 10-foot ones over their whole pasture, 100-acre, 1,000-acre pasture.
Yeah.
And so they got cattle running everywhere that don't have anything to eat, don't have anywhere to go. So they're burning to knock that back. And cool thing about cedars is they light up.
Oh, that would be cool to watch.
Hot. And they're fun to watch burn.
They like to burn.
But cedars are native, right?
It depends on the area. They're native to the country. They're not native in specific areas.
I got you, yeah.
And they're considered an invasive in spots, and they can, take
See, I've been wanting to get a bunch of, like, you see the little cedars growing in the ditch. I'm like, man, I want to dig all them up because I want to plant them, like, strategically.
Yes, a few here and there can be strategically used and be utilized. And
for deer, I think deer love
But
them.
when you've got a 100-acre patch of thick cedars, you can't walk through.
Yeah.
You can't see deer in there. You can't. Yeah, nothing's living in there.
It stays green forever.
Yeah.
Funny story about that. Take him out of ditches. There's a guy out by us that took him out of ditches in his pasture. He planted them all to look like an elk. So
I remember that. Yeah.
So when you see it from Google Maps, it looks like an elk in his pasture.
Oh, that's badass.
It's freaking sweet.
Sick.
I've seen that. You pulled it.
That's a lot of work, probably.
Oh, fuck, that has to be so much work. But I got some spots where I'm like, man, I want to, like, it makes me want to go out to, like, one of them tree plantery, like a nursery, and go buy, like, them nice white evergreens or blue spruces and, like, plant them strategically for, like, visual blocks or whatever.
They can be good. They can be great for deer cover. But the problem is you're just going to create kind of essentially a cornfield. What else grows in a cornfield? Nothing.
Yeah.
You're going to create a monocrop of cedars, and that's all you're going to have in there. Deer aren't going to browse around.
Yeah.
Straight cedars.
Yeah, but fuck, it sounds nice to have them in, like, a certain area. But
Right.
when you see a cedary, overgrown pasture, breaky type look with some grass in it, that's big buck country to me.
Big buck country for sure.
Like that, when I see that, like, is that a terrain you see in Pike County a lot?
Yeah, because it's more hilly it's like more Missouri than it is flat.
Yeah,
the flatland.
Is that why? Do you think it did so well for big deer?
It's possible, but I think it has
Pike
more,
County specifically?
Yeah,
I think it has more to do with, like,
Pike County's got everything.
Yeah, it's just
It's got hills, it's got water, it's got crops, it's got cover.
and it's very like
Yeah, it's got a lot of cover too. That
Nobody lives there.
Kind of hide in, yeah.
Really?
Knock on wood.
yeah, it's like very low population density.
Well, it's probably not the place most people want to live, right? I mean, on the grand scheme,
Deer hunters, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But everything's leased up or bought up. I'm assuming at this point, right?
Yeah, and it's got like kind of an Iowa feel to it. The terrain and the
badass.
There's not really a whole lot of flat anything. It's hilly regardless.
Right. Okay.
And you're sandwiched between two rivers, so you're gonna have that.
Right. Oh, I like it. Well, thanks for the side quest.
Pike County sucks. Nobody come there.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
It's difficult.
Oh,
to
it blows.
there. I mean,
You should hear some shit I've heard about me in the last year. You bring everybody to this area. You're fucking. I'm like, you don't listen to the podcast, apparently.
I do not remember who you were talking to. It was within the last 10, probably. And you were talking about a deer they killed here and there, and you were like, you were in so-and-so state county, right? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like, why the hell would Kurt call them out on that? After, remember, not years ago, but you've always said, we were actually on in Massachusetts.
We were in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I had and this might be what we're referring to. I won't call it out because I want to get along with this person, but I had it started off as a screaming match on the phone. For like, is this what story you're referring to? Maybe
I'm not sure. Keep going.
It
was somebody you had here. You're talking about deer kill. He was sitting right where Brian was. It was an older guy. Oh, it's coming back to me now. Older guy who hadn't been on the podcast before. TikTok guy was that.
Oh, Tony.
Yeah. You were like, oh, you were in what state were you? That's what you asked me. What state were you in? And he said that, and you were just like, it surprised me because in the past you're kind of you like to hide where everybody actually. It was the running joke of where everybody was hunting.
Well, the reason why I asked Tony because Tony is obviously a southern guy hunting here as a non-resident. If someone's from a spot and I know they don't want their spot exposed, I don't say it. Well, I got into with a local, not local into New Windsor, but local to our area, the Tri-County area, I guess I'll say. I got into a phone call with the guy, and he basically said, everyone in this area fucking hates you. You're a dick. Like saying you're a dick. All you do is bring attention to this effort. I'm like, I don't want people hunting here either. And first of all the deer I've killed are not even in the county I live in.
It's already out there.
And it's already out there if someone wants it, of all of us. Like, it's all known. Nothing's a secret anymore because of the internet. All right, then tell everybody in the county that we live in where the studio's at to quit posting their fucking deer on Facebook and in the county group post because all the cocksuckers that are probably talking shit to me are posting their fucking gun kills in the whatever county outdoors group on Facebook.
Off this road in this spot.
Yeah, and you know who's never posted in that? Chaboy. And so I just basically told them, I'm like, well, that's fucking wrong. And first of all, nobody in this county knows me because I didn't grow up in this fucking county. I don't have any fucking family in this county. I'm a transplant, and you're mad at me because I'm fucking having fun.
Yeah, so go kick rocks.
But it was a 30-minute,
jeez, Eric, take it easy.
screaming match, and then finally it was kind of like, all right, well maybe we're all not so bad here.
Yeah,
which was the best case scenario for the phone call. I think the guy said that he's heard shit about me, and maybe he has, but I think he had a pre-perceived opinion of me.
They just
and
assume.
said that to try and make me feel bad. Because I'm like, I don't know anybody in this county. You know what I mean? It's like, okay. So anybody that's talking is just making shit up. And I'm avoiding saying the county name, even though everybody could just find out where we're at. You know?
So with all that being said, Pike County Trophy Doe Hunters.
Pike County, New Hampshire.
Florida.
Exactly.
Kentucky, yeah.
Canada.
Pike County, Kentucky's in a Tyler Childers song.
But I think you can talk about Pike County differently. Pike County can be talked about because everybody's already talked about it. Like, it's like, I was going to make an analogy, but it was just too harsh, so I backed out of it.
Well, I got an example.
Yeah.
My grandpa used to go elk hunting with his best friend in Colorado every year for like 30 years. And when they would run into a stranger in the mountains, the first thing they ask is, oh, where are you from? Where are you from? And my grandpa would always say, Illinois. And he goes, oh, Pike County, those big deer over there.
Yep.
That's all they know about Illinois, Chicago and Pike County.
And Western people don't give a fuck about whitetails. No. So if they're saying that, that's how I know it is. Well, if that's the case, if that guy wants to put that example on me, then hate every hunting show and outfitter that's ever said Pike County. Like, Pike County has been so beat to death.
Oh, yeah.
Same with Buffalo County. Buffalo County is probably second place. Buffalo County, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Those are the two counties that have just been, for better, for worse, or maybe probably for worse, in the grand scheme of things. Maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of looking for some head nods.
And it said the one out west, the Yellow River. What?
Milk River.
Milk River. That was it. Yep.
Milk River got beat to death by CWD though.
But still, it was all over the place that people were hunting there.
Well, right. It's no secret, right? It's like, if they're at Hadley Creek was one of the big ones in Pike County. Like, when we're at Hadley Creek Outfitters, they're getting a deal to go hunt at Hadley Creek, and then
that was the outfitter we were going to bring the does to.
It was,
yeah.
Well, there was like Hadley Creek, Heartland Lodge. Was it Heartland Lodge?
That's the big Harpole's Heartland Lodge. I don't know if they still do outfitting hunts or whatever, but they have like a thing where you can like go for vacation.
Like horseback, cabin.
Yeah, like my in-laws went there for their anniversary last year or something.
Oh.
Like it's kind of like a log cabin getaway type place. I mean, they may still do hunts and stuff too, but they went in the off season, like in June.
Yeah. All right.
So maybe, I don't know. But there's all kinds of cool places over there. And the big outfitters are, the only ones left are kind of like the big outfitters.
Yeah, the ones who kind of operate the...
Or the ones that are like, do under the table stuff. They have an outfitter's license, but they're not really huge. They just do enough to make money and pay for their own hobbies.
I think there's more of that than you think.
Let me ask you guys this.
Yeah,
because
well, I bet, because you just look at the outfitters list, like who's got an outfitter's license.
Well, we just discovered, we're not in Pike County, we discovered our neighbor.
Yeah.
I
did all that digging for you guys.
Had some guy on there who's basically subleasing it out.
That happens a lot,
hunters,
and nobody knows.
You're right. We had no idea until he shot a deer himself, and it came over to our property. And we learned some things.
Yeah, Spencer called his police friends and was like, "Hey,
police.
Who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, who's this fucking guy?"
Yeah.
And he's like from fucking Virginia or something.
Okay, kill him.
He's like from Virginia. And he's getting an outfitter's license in Illinois.
Ooh, I don't.
He works in Virginia all year long, and then deer season comes around. He moves to Illinois for a couple months.
Just dumb shit like that.
Yeah, I don't like that. Let me ask you guys this, because since I brought it up on someone like accusing me of like putting the area on blast, if you will, which if you want to think that's fine, fuck you. But how do you guys feel about the exploitation of Pike County, being in Pike County? Like, does it make a difference? Does it annoying? Is it like, fuck, I missed out on an opportunity? Like, how does it feel?
Used to be really bad.
Yeah.
Like it used to be, I had three property neighbors. The two of the three every year, minimum, were either leasing to outfitters or owned by an outfitter.
Yeah.
Now it's totally fine. Like that's either leases expired and they didn't renew them because they weren't seeing the deer they used to, or
new owners.
Yeah, no big deal. Now we're fucking golden. Like I have the best neighbors I've ever had. I've got a guy to the north who only runs cattle. I got a guy to the east who only does his son hunts, and then he fucking bales for hay for his cattle. And then I got a guy to the south that he lives around the corner.
Shout out.
And then
we'll talk about him later.
Then a guy to the west who lives out of state and only wants big deer. So
that's a good neighbor.
It's fucking we're solid, and we're in a fucking group chat. We share trail cam pics. We have no issues.
Great
but I've been waiting 25 years for this.
Yeah, right. I bet. Yeah.
Because it was just fucking outfitter after outfitter after outfitter, and it was horrible. And like we couldn't go if we got blood to the fence, there was a don't you fucking dare.
Yeah, it was over.
It was fucking game over. And now it's free game as long as we tell each other. It's the
communication.
Like at this point, if I keep the neighbors I have, I'll never sell the place. But before, my grandpa was trying to get out.
Because of the
bullshit, like all the fucking the Alabama fucking land. And it's all some random fucking LLC property real estate
Dick-ass
company.
Outdoors LLC.
Yeah, or some fucking
Dick-ass Realty. Yeah,
or some Italian or Polish name that you got to fucking squint to read. Out of fucking Alabama.
Fuck anybody who's not.
You know what I mean? It's like such and such.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Fucking Italian name properties out of fucking somewhere Alabama or so and so North Carolina, and it was never ending, and it turned over all the time.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Because they'll buy ground for
let me ask
$3,000 an acre. 2 years later,
7.
Sell for 6.
No, it's not like that, but they'll sell it for, they'll make $300-400 an acre on it. And they're just turning over all these properties all the time. And then and since they're out of state and they don't want to pay for all the fucking tags, they just lease it. So now they're making money twice. Yeah. And it was like that for decades.
So did the I was going to say splurge, but splurge is a weird word.
I don't mind it.
The rise of Pike County would probably be the more appropriate, but for Doug's sake, I'm going to say the splurge. Splooge was probably the word we don't want to say. Did the splooge of Pike County come about because, like, I would assume there's like some significant large sized deer that got killed there, and it brought in everybody else, the outfitters, the TV shows. And then this is my assumption, not being from Pike County, never been in Pike County. I've been in Pike County, but don't have time invested there.
Well, you can come hunt with us if you want.
I'm good. But the big... I got my own county to ruin.
Damn.
No, we can't, Brian. Fuck you.
I got my own county to ruin. No, I'd love to come. I would love to come
to the pro staff weekend and we'll just get fucking hammered for 3 days.
Yeah, fill out the application first.
I'll fill out on that. I'll fill out the 220.
You guys have an app too?
No.
I will say before you fill out that app, you might want to look at the living conditions there in the cabin because they're not. They're not up to party.
I'm going to need a Zillow thing of your Airbnb thing. All right, but real quick. So what I would assume,
I would feel bad taking your money. I'll put it that way.
I'll come down for like a charity work thing, like appearance. But I would assume the rise of Pike County was some significantly large deer got killed on a consistent basis, and then here comes the outfitters. The TV shows probably came, and then the outfitters. That's like the boom of like hunting TV. And then what they started doing was killing 125, 120 type deer, which is not a great deer for Illinois, but for TV because they were abundant. And that's probably what tapered off the future investment of quality deer management in Pike County. That's my theory.
I mean, if you listen to someone like Don Higgins, who's like, he does consulting over there all the time. He's like, the age structure is just not there like it used to be.
Oh.
Which would make sense if they're killing 3-4-year-old deer. And you can do 10 years worth of damage in 2 years.
Totally.
If you try hard enough.
Probably like what we did.
Yeah, we probably did that this year.
AKA, don't come to Pike County.
We killed all our big deer, all the big deer on my 40 acres this year.
The residents are ruining it so you don't have to eat.
Yeah. So
You're welcome.
But I also waited fucking 6 years for couple more than one shooter to even be on my property.
Okay, so let's talk about these big deer once your boy gets back from making a
big deer.
Some sort of.
So, but I think that's probably a lot to do with it. Is it became a money thing.
Well, that part seems so obvious.
Because the locals, like it's a high poverty area,
right?
So you got
that's where all the rich out-of-staters buy land though, because they're just dying for money.
Right. Well, if you get like the locals, and I don't want to speak for everybody. I don't want to speak for a bunch of people like generational farmers and stuff like that. But you're making a couple hundred at most dollars an acre cash rent and ground if you can't keep up with it yourself. Or you can do that and hunting lease, and then all of a sudden you can price gouge them because they're putting it on television or whatever.
Right.
It probably just caught on like wildfire. If I were to guess, and honestly, as soon as you get a TV contract, you have bottomless pockets. That technically, as long as you, at least back then, you did.
I probably shouldn't even say that. All right, I'll say this because I don't know. I didn't hear it. Someone told me about it, so I don't want to like misquote this person. My buddy that we're close with told me he heard another hunting quote celebrity say that they target poor areas to buy hunting ground because everybody needs the money.
That's probably accurate.
So that's where
because it's usually very rural. It's very, like I said, poverty rate. And rural poverty and urban poverty are totally different.
Yeah.
But rural poverty, you got someone using fucking tarps as a whole side of their house.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's probably true. And you inherit this farm ground. You can't keep up with it because you can't put a fucking new solenoid on your 1949 piece of shit Case tractor.
Yes.
And
please explain.
Yeah. And all of a sudden you can't fucking plant anything. And then, so someone's going to pay you to farm your own ground and you don't have to do anything with it. And then you got another 100 acres of timber that's attached to the back that you never did anything with other than, shoot deer to eat. Someone's going to pay you fucking $5,000 a season, that's more money.
Easy
than you
money.
need. Yeah, that's easy money. And I guarantee you,
$5,000 and give me the deer meat.
And I guarantee you, the TV people probably paid way more than market value for leases and things like that.
Especially in the heyday,
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And-
makes sense. The rise and fall of Pike County, Illinois.
Yeah, and then they got so desperate for TV stuff and footage and content or whatever and then it got so popular. And if you look at the tag allotment for counties, Pike County still has way too many fucking tags available. Like you can go, there's like a couple hundred over-the-counter tags still available every year for shotgun.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
Archery.
And then you got some counties that have arguably the same kind of habitat.
Do you think Illinois should change their structure for residents, non-residents?
Hot take.
Yeah,
possibly, but
I was fishing for one.
I don't think so.
Did I catch something?
It's worth a discussion, but I think that they really need to dive back into what counties are getting what tags and why.
Totally, yeah. That seems like something they should just be doing anyway.
And they should do that annually.
If only we knew some
shouldn't
guys
that
who
flex
work
every
for
year?
the state government to maybe put in a word to the big dogs.
Yeah, hang on. Let me call him. Oh, wait.
Yeah, hold on. Let me call my fucking... Yeah, Dick Durban, can you...
Dick Durban.
That's our senator.
Sick name.
One of our senators.
That
Yeah,
is
every time I
actually
email him to
sick.
bitch about something, he just sends me back some shit about how George Floyd got murdered. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Honestly,
Every time.
But
Every
George
fucking time.
Floyd, even from Illinois?
No, but he knows I'm a cop.
honestly.
Every time. I'm like, dude.
This guy.
Hey, when he
I
texted-
didn't murder George Floyd.
I'm like,
I wasn't there.
I didn't do it. I wasn't there. I was at...
Paint another mural and shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
that was my day off, okay?
Yeah.
I called in sick that day.
This guy has all of Brian's emails going directly to his trash bin.
Yeah. This racist cop.
Brian is also the guy who applies to the football, like the NFL team.
Oh my God.
Every head coaching job ever. I apply every fucking year.
Them an
You got the look.
application
I can see you being a head
every
coach.
time. And dude, you
Assistant.
you should have brought one of your letters because they are.
I got a flash drive. Actually, there's probably one in my I got a flash drive of every fucking. I've applied for every NFL, MLB,
NHL.
No, because
You haven't dipped in that market
I
yet.
still don't understand offsides in hockey.
So,
brother.
Hockey's the best sport.
Every single NFL coaching job, every single baseball coaching job, every single
Women's volleyball team.
I wish.
Have you ever gotten a
Division
call?
One, yes. The
He's got letters.
athletic director from North Carolina, right before they hired Bill Belichick, did fucking write me back. He's like, "Thank you for your resume of accomplishments. If you would like to actually apply for the job," because I guess they have like an online portal you have to fill out, and I just mailed them my shit. Like, if you would like to actually apply for the job, here's the link. Then you click on the link, 404 file not found. And I'm like, you motherfucker. But whoever Bubba is, the athletic director at University of North Carolina, is the only one to this day to get back to me.
Respect to him.
Yeah, he's the
Shout out to
only
Bubba.
guy.
And this is less than 12 hours before they hired Bill Belichick.
Okay, so
You almost had the job. You could have
I could have actually emailed him back. It's like, let me know if Bill needs an offensive line coach.
Yeah. Fine. I'll take offensive line.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to get to this hot take, but real quick, for some reason, we have some MLB players that do listen, a couple, but we have some NHL players that actually do listen to the podcast that do hit us up. Well, there's a couple I want to work out to get them on, but for some reason, NHL players, it's the sport.
JT Miller, we know you're listening. Come on the podcast.
Let's do it, big dog. And
Brad Mershon.
Mershon. Yeah.
He plays for Florida now.
Yeah.
Crazy trade, but if he's listening, you come on the podcast as well.
He was going to go to bear camp with us in Wyoming.
Yeah, then he backed down.
So it's all good. Anyway, hot take.
That's a hot take.
Why hockey players?
Because they're badass, dude.
And they're all from Canada. Canada's like an outdoory type of culture.
Yeah, all from Canada.
That's true. Okay.
JT Miller's from the USA, fun fact. But
You know, I actually just spent most of my winter at an ice rink this year because my son decided he watched Mighty Ducks and he wants to play hockey now.
Can't blame him.
That makes a lot of sense.
Is he good?
Those are great movies.
So
Which one? Your oldest?
Yeah.
Is he good?
So we did the Junior Blues. Shout out to them. Learned to play thing. Loved it, man. He was at Centene. Got to skate on their practice ice, and he loved it. It was awesome to see him out there and just having fun. having fun.
Okay, let's get to this hot take over here. I want to fish back on this.
Oh yeah.
What are you looking at me for?
You were the one that's brought. You were like,
you got a last name for hockey, by the way. Your last name would fit perfectly.
I got
perfectly.
You were like leading me in like you had a hot take.
You said I got a hot take.
Hot take to him. I got nothing.
Oh, come on, dude.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that one.
I got excited.
Since there's dead air, I'd like to point out a famous quote from Kurt Geyer that he just said that I love. It's fine, fuck you. Kurt Geyer. Dude, it's fine, fuck you.
Fucking great. On his headstone.
It's so good.
When did I say that?
I don't know.
On this episode?
Yeah, people talking shit about like counties or
naming
something.
their counties and
It's fine, fuck you.
Yeah.
I just love that saying.
I mean,
that's going to be on a shirt somewhere.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's fine.
But is it not?
Fuck you,
is it not true though? A little bit like. Well, you're gonna think it anyway, so that's fine. Fuck you.
Yeah, I just love the way you said it. It's fine.
Nice.
Fuck you.
Didn't catch it, but I don't know. That's just part of the fun of what it is. But one thing that's weird is like, I don't know. Maybe you guys will get this now, especially now that our podcast is a lot bigger since last time your guys' acronym team was on. But like now, I don't know what it was through trade. I don't feel that way so much being a few weeks out of trade show season, but we would do like an episode, and there would just be like controversy, like, oh, they said this. It's like there's grown men fucking. I just like the bitching seemed a little stronger on the negative, but we're just reaching a different audience that's not familiar with how we operate. Like, I think if you're some like square, boring ass dude that I wouldn't hang out with anyway, and you tune in, you're gonna be like, those guys are unhinged,
edgy.
Yeah, those guys are edgy. It's like, yeah, I get it, dude, but relax.
I also feel like that Facebook group has blown up a lot. And there's just a lot of people who don't even listen to the podcast on there.
Well, Facebook's a bad area for just people in general. Like, people get bored. Like, I said that, like, did you guys see my video? And I was kind of like, look.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like it was super necessary. It's like every time we turn around, there's a message or a negative comment or, that's not working class. Like, that's a Hoyt. That's not a working class, Bo. It's like, dude, fuck you. You have a $5,000 Snap-on toolbox.
Yeah.
You can't say fucking shit to me. Like, you know that fucking $800 piece of shit fucking torque wrench you bought for no reason that you don't need because you got a digital one. You just use it. Yeah. It sits in the fucking plastic case in there because you never use it. Yeah, you could have bought a Hoyt.
Well, it's a refurbished Craftsman anyway.
Yeah, probably. What gear wrench? You think you're better than me?
What flagship bow isn't $1,500 these days?
Yeah,
of any brand.
It just is what it is.
If it's your tool, it's your tool.
Right.
Anyway,
buy once, cry once.
Hey, what was our controversial take? Oh, I can't remember what we were teeing up for. I thought it was you that had one.
The tag allotment thing?
tag lottery.
Oh.
Yeah, tag
or
lottery.
was it the out-of-state thing? Or
I think it was the tag allotment.
Oh, yeah. What would you trade for out-of-state stuff? In Illinois. They don't talk buck stories, but
honestly, so like,
I mean, and maybe a cap on non-resident tags.
When I put in for Montana tags, what I really like is that you're not buying your license separate. So it's like you're not drawing the tag and then having to purchase the license. Right.
Missouri's like that.
So
you're just buying the license.
So is Wisconsin if you buy a deer tag.
So in Montana, when you're applying to that lottery, that's including your license and your general deer lottery or whatever. And if you don't draw, then you get that refunded back to you. Now you have the option to donate it, but I don't know anyone who would do that. But so you know, I do like that other states do that. Illinois is the same. Like, you have to buy your out-of-state license for $200 whatever bucks. Then you got to buy a doe tag, which is, you know, stupid. So I think that the out-of-state hunting could be tweaked a little bit better to, you know, be more seamless for those guys who are just across the river too.
I don't mind the draw system.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now this being said, I've got We'll probably get to this, but I've got property as well, like right down the road from him. And we've got out-of-state buddies that come every year. They're not necessarily trophy hunting. They're kind of more the meat guys.
Yeah, that's fine.
But they live in one of the northeastern states where they don't see many whitetails and they don't shoot that many deer. So they're coming for the experience. They're coming for the deer camp, which we all talk about all the time, which we all love. That's really
best
why
part.
we do this. That's the best part.
Yep.
They're coming for that. But as far as tag and herd management, I wouldn't mind at least a draw system for out-of-state guys.
Agreed. I think I like
the one buck system is kind of where I'm fighting that argument.
Lee has a really. Have you ever heard Lee Hurst take on it?
Probably.
I can't repeat it because Lee's. I'll give it to him. Lee is a little more educated than all of us, and Lee can talk a little more educated than us. But Lee's got a really good breakdown on the $1, $2 thing from
And I've heard multiple arguments, good and bad, on both sides of that. And
I wonder if I could call him in real quick to do that.
Go for it.
Let me text him real quick.
Who's chirping in on this?
Lee.
The one and only.
Her? Lee Hurd.
Hi, Doug.
Doug left. What's he chirping in on?
The $1 tag. So so I gave my little.
I just texted him.
Non-resident.
See, I think
I would kind of like to see a non-resident draw system for Illinois, but the $1, $2 thing for Illinois is kind of where I'm fighting that. I would like to see $1, but I enjoy the 2.
I like those two pictures I killed right there. I shot those 7 days apart. I fucking.
Yeah, but what did you do when I shot mine?
What do you mean?
Complain that you wanted to shoot that one.
Because I did.
But that still goes along.
But I let you hunt there because I wanted you to shoot it too. I didn't care who shot it.
Lee's gonna jump on here. I just want him to give his explanation. I think it's a healthy take here. Okay.
And I would like to know too.
Hold on. Hey Lee, can you hear us? All right, hold on. I can't hear him. Hold on.
Are you connected to it?
On here. Yeah.
You need to be Bluetooth to this.
Yeah, 1 sec, Lee.
Did you try turning it off and turning it back on?
Yeah,
unplug it, plug it back on again. Blow in the cartridge.
I haven't done this for so damn long on this phone, but. All right, Lee, can you hear us? All right, hold on. I know what it is.
Is that a
Lee, you there?
Is that turkey leg tag?
Hold on.
Yeah.
My phone. Lee, you're there now, aren't you?
Hear ya.
There he
All right.
is.
Hey, we're talking here with the Pike County Trophy Doe Hunter guys.
What up?
And we're talking about changes in Illinois. And $1, $2 got brought up, and I was giving you credit. Said Lee's educated, and he's seen a pretty unique controlled area. Where you explain, I know this would be the third time you explain this, but I think it's worth doing it again. So you know what I'm talking about, right, Lee?
Yeah. Okay, so basically where I grew up hunting is $1. Went to $1 about 25 years ago, roughly.
The Colt colonies?
What? Oh, yeah. And ever since then, our buck quality has just gradually stepped down. And mainly, I think the reasoning behind it is nobody shoots the quote-unquote cull bucks anymore, because it started out with people shooting the 4, 5, 6-year-old 150 to 170s, and then it just there was not a lot of 5 and 6-year-olds anymore, and it just gradually stepped down to now some of the bigger deer we see, people shoot them no matter what. And granted, it's not a managed area. So I guess just for simplicity, just over time, the buck qualities decrease because the better genetic deer get shot at a younger age. So the deer that are living and passing on their genetics are the cull, quote unquote, air quotes over the phone, cull bucks,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
makes sense, I think.
Yeah. So my argument against all of that.
Or hold on, real quick clarification. You said it went from 2 to $1 or 1 to 2?
2 to 1.
Okay, all right.
Which is so Illinois as for a resident. Well, even non-residents can kill $2, but there's
they can get archery and shotgun tags. I'm pretty
Which
sure.
the whole state of Iowa you can
Which
shoot
is like a
too,
grand,
but just
but
where I grew up hunting, you can't.
Yeah, but I feel like most people think you can only kill $1 in Iowa because it's like we've talked about that so many times. Well, fuck, even for the longest time, Doug and Eric, you guys never acknowledged $2 in Iowa. And then some people have written, it's like, well, you can. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I don't live there.
Well, it's $1 with the bow. Yeah.
And that's what
and
you're
then
saying,
late
Brian.
muzzleloader, you could shoot one with the bow as well during late muzzleloader.
See, I'll buy both my either sex tags. I can kill $2 in a row if it happens that way.
But non-residents can't do that.
Non-residents
They can
cannot
buy
do it.
one archery tag, one buck.
But
They can buy one shotgun tag.
I'm cool with that for a non-resident. I think Illinois as a state as a whole has proven that we're fine. Like, one, we allow non-residents to draw a tag every year.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We're a $2 state for residents with archery, and we are putting up numbers as good, if not better, than Iowa does. So it's like, it's working. How could it get better? Does it get better by regulating more non-resident stuff, but keeping everything for the majority, which would be the resident hunters? Who really knows? There's no way of really knowing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's a fun conversation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So anyway, Lee, I just wanted you to explain that. I mean, you're more welcome.
Yeah,
to
that's fine.
stay on.
Because, like, I can say personally for me, I've had plenty of opportunities at 140-inch, 6-7-year-old 8-pointers on that piece of ground, but I'm just not going to shoot them because then it ends my hunting there.
Yeah, and in Illinois, I'm shooting those motherfuckers as my first buck.
I wouldn't mind if Iowa
out.
did the 2 bow tags, and then you don't get a gun tag.
I agree with that too, Doug.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
Be all for that.
It makes sense because if you think about it, kind of every year I kind of do what Lee said.
Well, if you think about it, even for late muzzleloader, you can hunt with your archery tag still. So I mean, if you had 2, you're technically still hunting late season with 1. Almost.
Yeah, but you're limited. You can only hunt like at that window. Still, you still get to, but like,
because once we kill one in archery, we're done until late muzzleloader or shotgun.
Yeah, see,
well, Missouri's like that too. Is you can kill a buck up to, I think, rifle season with your bow. But if you shoot one before rifle season with your bow, you can't shoot another one until after.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
That's basically like Iowa.
See, Illinois kind of, if you're a resident, you have the tags, you can use the tags like as you can use them.
Right.
And so, like, let's go my 2023 season. I killed that buck I called the Heavy 10 like late October. Great buck to shoot, just shy of 150. I don't know, 5-year-old deer. Perfect. I mean, might have been bigger, but perfect mature deer to kill. And then I held out until I killed Floppy a little over a month later. And, Floppy's like pushing a 170 type deer. So,
but if you wanted to, you could kill them week to week back.
I could have killed those deer
like
the same day, back to back. They came in 20 minutes
within
apart.
a minute of each other.
Yeah. You could do a Chris bracket legally.
As long as you buy the tags ahead of time.
Yes.
You can't shoot one, then shoot the other one, then go get the tag. People get popped on that.
Yeah.
I go, give me
Can't do that
2
anyway.
archery resident combos, please.
The combo.
And I pay them all, and I go, print that receipt, please.
If you've got a purchase and a call in on the same day, that brings up red flags.
Yeah, you're gonna knock on your door 3 months later.
See, once we're done, once we kill one archery, we can't hunt again till a gun season.
And if my cousin shows up at my door, I'm beating his ass, and then I'm letting him write me those tickets.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's fun conversation. It's necessary conversation from residents and non-residents that hunt in that state. I think as podcasts are starting to be more respected, but I think the more hunting camps that are on record for the internet and other people to hear, it's going to impact. Because it's like, all right, if we did a point system in Illinois for non-residents, we're a broke fucking state, allegedly. Are we?
No, we are. We can, politics aside.
But you know what I'm saying?
I think that if we're gonna like make the first step, we should limit the non-resident stuff.
Totally, yeah, for sure.
Like,
and then
go to full draw or something, like full draw only, no over the counter for residents. Like,
you mean hashtag full draw?
Hashtag full
for
draw.
non-residents.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Which part?
The full draw.
That's an inside joke, and I'll explain in a minute.
Okay.
And make mushroom hunters buy $5.
Yes. Mushroom hunters.
on public land. On public
Mushroom hunters and hikers
That's why to this day we can't turkey hunt after 1 o'clock.
Because of mushroom hunters?
Yeah, pretty much.
Can I say something about
No, it's
genetics?
not.
It's got it because every fucking
Yeah,
dude,
Brian, that's not true. Somebody fact
it's
check.
nesting.
I don't.
Somebody
Okay,
fact check.
nesting my nuts, dude. I don't.
Hey, you know what? Lean into it. Marlboro Red smokers. That's the reason why we can't turkey
because
hunt.
if you seasons 2 through the end of 2 through 4 in Illinois, turkey seasons, prime morel seasons, and every single state park you go to, if you ever hunt public land turkeys, every single everything, it says, and the big fucking signs underneath the welcome to such and such state park, it says mushroom hunters between these days and these days are limited to 1 p.m. to sunset. They want the fucking mushroom hunter people
who don't pay anything,
who don't pay a fucking nickel to be there, but they don't want us to shoot a turkey after 1 o'clock.
And what's crazy is guys that are finding mushrooms like that can then find a bunch and then go into the fucking Walmart parking lot and sell them for X amount of pound.
It's like $100 a pound. Yeah.
There's a state park by my house that people from Chicago come down to all the time because there's a big lake and it's like a summer place for a lot of people. They got boat slips and stuff. And you can get it for upwards of $100 a pound for fucking morels. And it's
that's
unreal.
wrong. On public land, we should be charging something that gives back to that public lands for them being. Well, first of all, how many Marlboro Red butts are they throwing around the woods while they're looking for mushrooms?
Like a ginseng tag?
Yeah, just like a ginseng thing.
Fuck, I got a funny story about ginseng.
Dude, morel mushrooms are being redistributed for commercial use. Come on. You guys are the narcs. You guys should be all over this.
Pay to play, motherfuckers.
That's right.
I don't enforce the wildlife code, okay? But no,
Quit yelling at me, Kurt.
That's personally, that's how I feel. Is I don't know if that's how the fucking state Congress decided to not.
Is that controversial to say that? I don't think it is.
Which part?
Everything we just said about the permitting and the 1 o'clock and the bullshit.
No, I just think that's the reason they never went away from 1 o'clock. I don't think it has anything to do with fucking nesting. I don't think the Democrats in Chicago give a fuck about turkeys. I think
they don't care.
I think that they want people walking around their fucking public lands looking for mushrooms.
Well, in Iowa though, you guys can turkey hunt all day.
Is this like a conspiracy?
Yeah, but then you run into fucking mushroom hunters.
Dangerously close to a conspiracy theory.
Lee, what do you think?
He's got his tip.
Is Lee still here?
Right
Lee's still on?
Yeah, Lee's still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
Sorry, Lee.
No, you're good.
Hey,
I was actually just telling you I'm getting ready to hop off. But what's up?
Hold on.
More thing.
While Lee's here, I want to say something about genetics. Bucks aren't the only ones that carry genetics.
Right.
Y'all gotta remember.
Oh, that's true. That's true because you have to fuck
genetics.
something. Bucks got to fuck something, right?
Right.
Damn.
So you can get rid of all the cull bucks that you want. Them does on your property are still carrying genetics.
Right, but if you think about it, the more mature, quote unquote, shitty genetic bucks,
right,
over the last 25 years that have lived, have passed more of those genes on through the does as well.
Not arguing there.
It starts with the cock,
but yeah,
it ends.
It comes back to Pike County Trophy Doe Hunters Association.
If you made
and
it
I'm not
one
saying it's going to be that way everywhere. I mean, that's
mandatory
just
doe
from
state.
Hey, you can't change genetics, but you can help manage it.
That's what my mom said.
Correct.
All right, Lee. We'll let you go back to
Okay,
the
I got
family.
about 10 minutes of light left. I'm going to go shoot my ultra.
Light?
Boys.
Bye, Lee. There's still sunlight out there?
What the fuck? Are
Barely.
you on the moon?
I got about 10 minutes left.
All right.
Until it's dark, I'm going to go shoot my bow.
Go shoot your Hoyt, Lee.
Hey, baby.
Hey,
All right. Thanks, buddy.
All right, see you guys.
Later.
Bye.
Toodles. Cool. Great input from Lee. What a great human being.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a leader.
I was going to talk
What
shit.
a leader.
Yeah, good, fun conversation. I think it's time to talk about some buck stories.
Yeah, why you
Might as well.
Why you guys are shooting bucks? You're supposed to be shooting does.
I thought you guys were doe guys, but
Well, we do.
All I see is bucks on
we gotta
here. Save the doe.
You know what? Look at
Yeah,
that
we're
picture.
saving the does
Look
from
at that
sexual
picture.
predators is what we're doing.
Look at that picture there. That is a prime example.
one?
Nope, to the right. That's a prime example there of our living conditions. See the mouse
Oh, you did have a
traps?
mustache.
That's bullshit. 'Cause
I
that
told
was
you.
like 10 minutes.
That's
That
not
was
even
me.
that bad.
I lost 40 pounds since that picture.
Yeah. see the mouse traps in the background and all the fly traps, and see how they're full. They stay that way.
I think every hunting camp too had the whole barometer temperature
Yes.
thing. Gauge.
That was my grandpa put that up like fucking 20 years
you know
ago.
we have one of these here.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Every hunting camp has one of those.
Are you guys playing euchre?
Yes,
we are.
playing euchre.
Eric?
Hey,
There's only 2s, 3s, and 4s in this hand.
Number 2 tree.
I'll take nines alone.
I appreciate that.
Doug, you had some fudge rounds there for you if you weren't feeling the cost.
No, there's Spencer with a fucking with the slick top. There we go.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
First light.
That was October 4th
Look at that. It's a doe.
this year. Yeah.
Look at that.
Very nice.
It's a big long face doe.
What's that?
Beautiful. Yeah.
You dirty girl.
I like that.
You
I like
dirty,
that.
dirty girl.
Here, go up one. On the left. What? That's a video. Watch that. That's the deer Spencer ended up shooting.
Spoiler alert.
3-year-old.
No. Yeah. No.
So I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to give plugs here, but
yeah, you are. As long as we approve
Kevin
them.
Vistason's DH3 thing.
Yeah.
I did only mock scrapes with his thing. I bought it this year.
Yeah. He said it's a bunch as well.
Dude, fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Like the difference it makes.
Really?
I put that out the maybe the first week or second week of September. And I had every shooter on my farm within like a mile hit that within a week.
Really? It's he's passionate about it, man. He sent us some, and
dude, and I have talked to him about it. It's fucking, dude. It is good stuff.
He dropped off a bunch more. He was in a few weeks ago,
yeah,
and dropped off a bunch more. So
he's my second favorite podcast.
Second favorite,
yeah. You guys and him, and then probably Daily Wire are probably all I listen to anymore.
Look at that third comment on there. Steve.
Wow.
Steve, I was trying to read. My bad.
He said I'm ugly.
So we talking this buck first?
You had that same hat on.
Yeah,
I know. I was saying, your favorite hat or what?
He's had that hat on in 3 pictures in there.
Oh, love the tag.
Down. One more to the left. To the left. To the left. Up. Tag.
Nice.
You. Okay, so let's talk about this buck.
What's that?
That's the one that.
Okay.
I thought that was always going to be. That's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one
Hey, I
I
like that
texted you about.
Yep.
So that one ended up going 163 and some change. And I'm, like I said, 30, 40 pounds heavier in that picture. So all the deer look fucking small when I'm holding them.
To me, that was a great deer.
Got to get the angles, but that does look big still.
And I actually got a call today. That deer is done at the taxidermist already.
He's got a big old fucking head on him.
And, yeah, he was fucking huge. He was, so that was it. I was texting my cousin. I was bitching about something.
Typical.
Looked up, and the deer's working a scrape fucking 15 yards away. It just appeared out of fucking thin air. And this was in a ladder stand that I never, because I'm so tall, I never stand up to shoot in. But for some reason, I felt I had a lot of time, so I stood up. Well, that was the fucking first mistake. Because
he just sees Bigfoot.
No, because
what the fuck?
No, because there's like there's branches that dangle.
Broke.
There's branches that dangle over you, and when I stood up, I got a fucking branch caught in my cam.
Oh shit!
So when I shot, the fucking arrow just fucking looked like a left-handed slider. If you're familiar with baseball, and it hit that artery right below the backstrap, and he ran and died on his feet. I probably lost sight of him about 5 seconds before he fell over. But I just saw him fucking go straight, and then I knew the shot was fucked up because I saw the arrow, and it was, but I wasn't filming, and there was no the shot was so close, I didn't get to see
where it hit.
Yeah, exactly. I just knew it was back. But then I looked at the arrow. There's no guts. There's no grit. Like my cousin and these guys were all like, "Go find your fucking deer right now. Like it's dead somewhere." They all thought it was double lung based on the arrow, but it hit that fucking artery. It went through meat in that artery, and then he fucking died right there. But when I have a pretty bad elbow injury on this elbow, dislocated it so many times. Something happened when I pulled that bow back, and I fucked up my elbow. Couldn't lift anything. I was walking around the fucking cabin like this the rest of the day. I knew I wasn't going to be able to pull a fucking deer out of the woods.
We gave him so much shit for waiting to go.
Yeah,
take my strong.
They motherfucked me, dude, up and down the road.
Let it be known that he's calling all of us.
Every one of us.
We've gotten the pictures. We've gotten whatever he.
How do you fuck up your elbow?
Oh, mostly sports.
I meant like at the moment with a bow.
Couldn't tell you.
Sports.
Yeah, just sports stuff. I did
dislocated it. Football.
That checks out.
Sports.
Football, wrestling.
Fuck yes.
Dislocated it a bunch of times, and there's like floating bone chips in there that get stuck in the joint every once in a while.
Hey.
And I'm severely arthritic.
Don't touch it.
Hey, are you trying to Are you trying to groom us for a crossbow?
Yeah,
no, I'm just saying, when I pulled back.
Are you grooming us?
No, because my elbow was still fucked up, and I shot a different deer 8 days later.
Spoiler alert.
So I pulled it back. Something fucking happened with my elbow, and I could not fucking move it, couldn't bend it, couldn't do anything. So I was like, A, I'm not going to do this by myself. B, I know the shot's fucked up.
Hey, are you building us up to add a CB in front of your long acronym already?
Dude.
I got
CB PCTDH.
I got one for you. All these motherfuckers are hunting my property. They can help me drag this fucking thing out.
It might as well be LGBTQ.
PCTDHA
Hey, how many people are in
plus.
that room? Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
PCTDHAIA
We
plus.
were the alphabets before the alphabet.
How many bathrooms are at your fucking deer camp, brother?
Zero.
Currently 0. But anyway, so I called a bunch. I got to calling around, and I had a trooper buddy that lived down the road, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'll be there at 7 a.m. and we'll start looking." Well, then I went out to take a piss. I got drunk by myself that night. I went out to take a piss, and I hear fucking coyotes sounding off right where I thought that. I saw that deer.
That's when we laid on it.
That's when they laid into me about go fucking find your deer, you limp dick fucking homo. Go find your deer.
And then the next morning, we're like, "Hey, can you go find what's left of that deer?"
Yeah. It's like they set an alarm to fucking shit talk me.
You poor soul. Because
all night.
Anyone that's ever shot good deer all knows what that feeling's like, and then to have your boys just be like, "You fag."
They set their alarm to talk more.
That's
dedication.
I'm getting up an hour before you just to talk shit
Just
so
to
you
go
wake
talk-
up
yeah.
to it.
Yeah, you were gonna wake up.
That was on.
Wake up with a cosmic brownie in your fucking.
Find him yet?
Yeah. Hey, eat this faggot.
Yeah. Pretty much. And that was Halloween night. Yeah. And I knew the only reason because I kind of got to like plan when I go stay there. Like I can go back and forth, but I got to like plan when I'm going to stay there for more
Because it's
than
a little bit of a drive.
Yeah, it's like an annoying.
When you have
drive.
children.
Yeah, very young ones, and my wife gets all bent out of shape about bedtime and.
Hey, she's a nice lady.
She is a nice lady, but
yeah, she's being a good mother.
But yeah, she.
Heaven forbid.
Heaven forbid she mothers your children while
She's
you're
a
out
nice lady.
doing nothing.
hunting.
She could
Yeah, she just doesn't like
while you're out
while you're out
hunting. If that's what you're
getting
doing,
drunk by yourself.
She just doesn't like doing all the
fuck your elbow
everything
up.
by herself, and I get it.
Anyway.
yeah.
So-
yeah, we all get it.
So I tell her ahead of time. I'm like, I typically take my work vacation in the fall, so I have a lot of like I don't have to worry about work schedule. I just like watch the weather and I'm like, hey, if I'm going to go here to the headquarters, we call it, I'll pick like a day,
Clubhouse,
like a full day in a morning, or like evening and a full day and whatever, like a day and a half or 2 days usually.
Mm-hmm.
And this all happened within like the first 3 hours of the first day. So then I find the deer. She says, "Oh, it's smaller than last year's," but it wasn't. It was quite a bit bigger, but I was also much fatter.
Wait, so she just shit on you instantly?
So she joined the shit talking.
She doesn't.
She doesn't know deer.
She doesn't really know what she's looking at as far as score wise. Like,
whose fault is that?
Yours.
Her brother and dad's. I don't know.
Not your fault.
Yeah, not mine. And so I found it, got it back to the truck. Then the work started, obviously. Get it back to the house. And our nephews live down the road, and her brother lives down the road. They wanted to come see it and help me hang it up and all that.
Yeah.
And then I got drunk by myself cutting it up.
Okay.
It's a pattern forming here.
Yeah, there was a reason I quit drinking for a couple months. Like I was on a fucking hot streak.
There's a reason why it's
weird, huh?
30 pounds ago, 40
Yeah, 30, 40 pounds ago. And yeah, I was like a busted can of biscuits.
You aren't now?
I'm
sorry.
Right now, you're just starting to break.
I'm sorry that this whole buck story we did nothing but make fun of you.
No, you know what? For 3/4 of it, I deserved it.
He's like legitimately trying to tell a buck story of like probably your biggest deer.
And
No, it is. It's my biggest deer by like 19 inches.
And we're just making fun of you.
Beautiful buck.
Thanks for being a good sport.
It is a good deer.
But honestly, that's what deer hunting's all about.
It is.
For sure.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
I think the story is great, and I think it's awesome, and it just shows what kind of hunting camp you have, which is what everybody wants.
And so, to be fair, this is the outfit I wore to recover it, not what I wore to hunt in it.
Severely hungover.
I remember
Yes.
you called me about this the night before.
Right, and I had a trail cam picture of him from the day before, and I sent it to you, and I was like, I just shot this deer. This is the arrow. This is where I think it hit. And you're like,
He said, new phone. Who dis?
I'm going to do that next time for sure. You text me.
But yeah, no, you're one of the only people I'd usually have a couple group chats, and then I text Kurt separately. Like, hey,
Kurt just starts talking shit instantly.
So
double down.
When he texted me, the only thing I responded with was your fat and your camo don't match.
Yes. Yes. Dude, that was a
wrong response.
No, he's roasted me about that since
we're not even that bad.
2017.
No, we're not that bad.
We're not that bad at all.
We're pretty supportive of our friends.
2017, we went on a hunting trip to Ohio, and yeah, and he's been making fun of me about that ever since.
Move on.
Anyway,
land the plane.
So anyway, I ended up finding it. It died almost, right away. Hit that artery. I sent you the entry hole, and I was like, "This is where it fucking ended." And you're like, "No fucking way." That was, I think, your response was, "No fucking way."
Yeah.
And I don't know. And I'm a really big fan of the broadheads I started shooting. So I'm not going to plug them because they don't sponsor you. But
it's a great buck, dude. It's there's another picture.
What was this?
Is that the same deer?
163 and some shit. No, that's the one I shot a couple days later.
Yeah. All right. So talk about this. Well, first of all right, let me go back to this photo. My bad. Right here. Stud. Absolute stud.
163 and I think 2/8 or 3/8. I don't know, because the neighbor guy, he come over and he wanted to see it. Because like I said, we all share trail cam pics and whatnot. Yeah. And he, like I said, lives right around the corner. Him and his friend that was filming him come over and measured it for me. And I kept the score sheet. It was on the back of a, just a random piece of court paperwork from work.
That was about when I showed up when you guys were scoring it.
He looks a touch bigger to me, man. Those good G4s, good 2s, 3s.
The beams got him over 160.
If you would have got us here sooner, we would have brought him. And we could have had a...
Yeah, because I got a call at 11, 12 or something in the morning and said that he was done.
I'd say 63, 65, so...
Yeah,
I mean, not that I'm like the all-knowing.
Green score 163, and they measured it twice, and it was within an eighth of each other. So
cool, yeah, it's good. That's a great buck, dude. And then you killed this buck 2 days later.
8 days later.
8 days later.
That one was way wider, and like I said, I was way fatter then, so the buck was small.
That's a stud, dude.
Yeah, it is.
I got pictures of that deer and that's a cool picture. I mean,
me. You can tell it's him because his camo don't match.
I can't see shit.
That was a cell cam picture I got right before I shot him.
Made that with Microsoft Paint.
Yes, I made that on Snapchat. But yeah, that one ended up going it was 132 or 133, but that one was way wider. I like that deer.
Yeah, he's sweet. You getting him shoulder mounted also?
No, that one's in a bucket at the house doing a Euro on him.
That thing will look great as a Euro too.
Yeah. I know. You should see I got some fucking badass Euros in my garage right now. Just from deadheads and deer me and my friends have shot.
I like it, dude. Great bucks. Congratulations. What a season, huh?
Yeah, it was a good one. I obviously ran into buck tags by November 8th, and then I went over. It never fails. As soon as you you're trying to shoot a doe, all you see are spikes. Never fails.
Yep.
Yeah. All shotgun season, that was what I did. And then my wife got the flu at the end of the shotgun season, so I went home a day early. And all I saw were fucking small bucks.
It's good though. Future investments.
Weekend. Yeah.
Against your Alphabet brand, but it's all good. And we got this buck is cool, man.
Dude, that one was the one I wanted. I probably wanted to shoot that deer more than anything.
And this is on your place.
Yes, this is all actually me and Spencer. These two stands we shot these deer out of are probably 80 yards apart.
Yeah, so I had to walk past the stand that he shot his big one out of to get down to the one. So his stand was on this old road bed, and then you walk into the timber, down the timber into the bottoms, and that's where I shot this one out of. So we chased this one
cool
around.
Looking rack for sure.
Yeah, we chased this one around for fucking weeks. It seemed like. So we had 2 cameras that he was showing up on.
Oh, I think a couple. He was on damn near every camera.
Yeah,
but
that shotgun stand that I eventually got him out of had this cell cam on it, close to it, and I had gone down there 2 weeks before that,
and if that, yeah,
restarted it. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't
for
really
whatever
sending
reason.
pictures.
It's one of those trees where he had a cell cam and a normal cam sitting on. So we like back up, and I was like, oh, I'll turn that back on for you. So I turned it back on. All right. So 2 weeks go by. Backtrack a little. So my property is like 20 minutes away from his. So I normally try to stay on my place and then go over to his when I'm invited during the outing. I try not to intrude. I try to be a good buddy. You know, I got my own place. But,
Good friends.
Yeah. So this year we had...
Yeah, you got to keep in good standing with the pres.
Well, so this year I had one buck that was 130s, 140s, like the oldest deer on the property. No, I mean, good for him. My dad shoots him like October 16th or something with his crossbow. He shoots him. I'm like, good for him. It's his place. I was happy for him. I was on my way there anyway. I was the first call. He said, hey, he's down. I'm like, I'll be there. Don't fucking move. And, you know, I'm the first call. I made first eyes on that deer. I was happy for him. Happy as hell. And so the rest of the year I'm sitting here going,
well, now what?
You're right. Like, I'm happy to hunt and just wait and see. I do like that. I don't mind hunting just for, you know, waiting on something that could or couldn't show up. But my good buddy over here's got 3 or 4 big ones running around.
He doesn't need them all.
Right. He's only got 2 tags. Brian says, fuck it, dude. Go out there.
Like, what a good friend.
I'm like, all right.
Nice guy.
We help.
Press gave his blessing.
I help him out for some stuff. You know, we do food plots. We do new roofs on the shed.
On the crack den, you mean?
On the crack den, sorry.
Yeah.
He said,
Crack shack.
Go out there, dude. I'm like, all right. So we're getting cam pics of this buck, you know, early fall. And there was that buck. There was the one he shot. There was the big wide one.
That the neighbor shot.
Spoiler alert, that the neighbor eventually shot. And then the one that you found, the deadhead that you found. So
right, and then there was the one that was this tall that Alex wounded last year.
Right, so there's 4 or 5 good deer out there willing to be killed. And so he tells me, go ahead. I'm like, okay, hell yeah. So
all right, Papa Bear.
Yeah, so my rutcation starts, you know, beginning of November, middle of November, like everybody else's. Excuse me. I go out there, and it just felt like I was a day late everywhere, every stand I went to. Like
you'd check the cameras, and you're like, fuck, he was here yesterday at 3 o'clock.
And then, so I'm at Brian's like for 4 days straight. I go home for a day, come back. I'm there for a day or two. Nothing. Like I did see one potential shooter, but he didn't come in close. I'm checking cameras. I'm like, I'm a day late every time.
Yeah.
Whether it's up in the big CRP he's got or down in these bottoms, every day I was a day late. And I'm like, I got to go back to work. So
day late, but you know what a day late is? Yesterday.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what kept me in the game. I'm like, it was yesterday. He's still around.
Yeah.
Dude. So
and I know, and I'm on a first name text basis with the neighbors all the way around.
Yeah.
And only two of them hunt because the rest of them run cattle. So if he would have been dead or any of the big deer would have been dead, we
would have known
about it right away.
So I had to go back to work. So I go back to work for a couple days. It's the weekend. It's coming up the weekend. I'm like, boss, I'm taking Friday off and I'm going, or whatever it was. I don't remember. It was So I go back to work. I'm at work for like 3 or 4 days. All he keeps getting is pictures of that deer walking by that cell cam every fucking day. And Brian's like, dude, he's there. Go. I'm like, I gotta work, bro. I'll get there when I can.
You can get
I'm going there in 2 days.
You can get a new job.
He's like, he's there. Go fucking shoot him. I'm trying. So it was that Friday, I think the day after you killed yours.
Okay,
your 200?
Yep.
You killed on Thursday, didn't you?
Well, no, I killed on a Monday.
Oh, you killed on Monday? All right.
Oh, no, hold on. No. I killed on a Sunday. I killed on the 14th, whatever day the 14th was.
That was like Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
All right. So I get to my place Friday. You post those pictures or something. I'm like, God damn, dude. And I saw the pictures. I'm going through and whatever. I text you. I said, hey, nice job. send me some luck your way. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember it.
I was like, send me some luck. And you're like, good luck, dude. Yeah, you whatever, blah, blah. And so I go out.
You made me sound like I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
on that response.
No, you did. That was literally the text. Good luck. Blah, blah, blah. In your defense, I'm sure you're getting hundreds of people texting you.
I was very hungover still.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But I responded.
He responded.
Yeah, you responded.
Okay.
You're good about that.
Thank you.
You are.
I've been slipping.
It may be a few hours delayed.
I saw your phone at dinner, dude. You got more text messages in waiting in the queue than we get on a daily basis. So
I've become that guy, and I hate it, dude.
I've always been that guy.
Yeah. It's
anyway, sorry.
Anyway, I just had to give myself a little bit of. I'm not a dick.
No, you're good.
Okay.
So that was like Friday night, Saturday morning. Let me preface also by saying I was fucking sick all deer season.
Yeah. He was very sick.
Yeah, I was cold, flu, whatever. I was hacking up a lung every day. So Saturday morning comes and I walk all the way down this road. So I'm going back to Brian's. I walk all the way down this road. I get to the corner that he shot his deer
in the
on.
morning or in the afternoon?
No, it was morning.
Okay.
This is Saturday morning.
Okay.
I get to his stand. I walk. There's a camera like 20, 30 yards past that stand. I walk by that camera and then I walk down the hill and I get up in this bottom stand. I'm up there for an hour.
Real quick, and then that stand at the bottom of the hill is
all honeysuckle.
That was the stand we put up the day I went supposed to go to the police, or I checked in the police academy. We did it in like 20 minutes.
It was like, hey, we'll come back and fix this later.
And we never did.
Never did.
And there's like it's one of those $50 Menards ladder stands with the fucked up shooting bar, and it's like it's built for people that are skinny but 9 feet tall.
And
you didn't install it right. You saw your buddies there.
I am neither skinny nor 9 feet tall.
and I definitely can't. I'm definitely not skinny. And
it hunts pretty decent for me. So
he's actually skinny and 9 foot tall.
Regardless, but so there's like it's the ladder's shaky and we just threw it up.
Put a Novix Raider in that bitch.
Dude. There's so many things that need to go in.
There's so many. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I need to do to that place.
Like the 1949 case tractor.
Yeah, I need a fucking flatbed and a low boy and a fucking Jesus Christ himself to help me get that thing on a fucking trailer. But anyway, so like I said, this is a sketchy fucking stand. Like it's a good spot, bad stand.
Okay.
So he probably made a fuck ton of noise getting up into it, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, probably. Well, then the second thing I didn't have going for me was that what you quoted as a whiskey wind.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was blowing.
Oh, yeah. I was confused as fuck why he sat that
hard
stand.
Quartering winds.
It was close because I'm sitting up there and I text him. He goes, what stand are you hunting out of? I'm like, the shotgun stand. He goes, okay.
Oh yeah.
Good luck.
He's tagged out. He doesn't give a fuck.
Dude, one thing about Brian is he cares about where your wind is, even if he's not there.
Well, you have to though. That's how longevity of good hunting.
For sure. But
so especially on 40 acres, I can only fucking do so much.
Yeah. Right.
And so, but the way the stand is that I've had a stand somewhere in the same like 40-yard square since we own the place, and there's a creek. Probably 30, 40, 50 yards.
Nah, it's past 50.
It's okay, 60 yards to the south. There's it's just like a deep creek. Nothing really walks through it, but they cross it. And
this is there's
a hill
thing, yeah.
A hill that goes down.
On the other side, there's a steep hill.
Yeah, and it funnels all the movement either right here. If you're sitting in the stand, you're facing quartering like south east. Funnels all the movement right here between the creek and the stand, or it comes from both directions, or they come straight north down to the bottom single.
Which is the path that I had to walk down to get to the stand. From the stand he shot his out of.
Okay. So any south wind is no bueno because 75% of the deer come from the north they go north to south, and they go 15 yards right there.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure it was a southeast wind.
Yes, it was a southeast wind that he was hunting. And I thought, and it's pretty good on the east.
So the east is where your whiskey was.
The south was where the whiskey
was.
The south was where the whiskey was.
Because if it's east, it's going over the property line into a fucking wide open field. I mean,
the east what was saving you. The south is where the whiskey was.
Yes.
I'm following you now. Yeah, that makes sense.
But there's enough bullshit in the way that if he would have come from the east come from the west and gone south, he probably wouldn't have smelled him if he was up on top of the hill. But it's whatever. But yeah,
coulda type thing. Yeah, okay,
right. So he was like razor thin margins here.
But he texted me that. He was like, ooh, and I'm like, dude, he's been down here for 3 days straight, 2 days straight, whatever the hell it was.
Might be worth it.
It's in the middle of the rut. Like, what are the odds of patterning this buck? And he was on a pattern. I'm like, I gotta go down.
And when deer are doing that, it's a day. You're a day or two away from them not doing that.
I had to go down there.
Yeah, no, I think you made that clear.
No,
clearly I made the right decision. So I go down there 5:30. I get up in there 6 o'clock. I'm fucking hacking up a lung. 6:30 rolls around. I'm hacking up another lung. I'm like, there's no way a deer's gonna show up. And it was like what 7?
Yeah, it was 7 something.
7:30, I think maybe.
I think I gotta go because I got a camera on a scrape on the top of the hill, and he hit that at like 10 after 7, and then you shot him 5 minutes later.
It wasn't even that. Yeah, so I'm sitting there just trying to be still, trying to be quiet, trying not to cough up a lung, and I just hear, and I look to my left. Here he comes from the north, right down that trail that
you walked in on.
Just walked in on, not just 3 hours before that walked in on, and he was already at 20 yards. Boom! I look, that's him. Like, there was no questioning what deer it was. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, there's only one of those.
There's only one of those deer. And so I reach up to, I'm right-hand shooter. I reach up to my left real slow. He's not trotting, but he's walking with a purpose, getting down into his bedding or whatever the hell he was doing. I get knocked, and all of a sudden he's at, 15, 12 yards. And all I did was that slight draw. And my arm cramped and my bow went. And he, boom, right at me. Stared at me. 12 yards. And I was like, fuck. And he stared at me. Yeah. Have you seen that meme of like, it's very unlikely for you to get killed by a deer in the woods, but it's not
never
impossible.
zero.
But it's never zero.
He gave me that look. I shit you not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, half drawn, going, oh, God, I'm done. Oh, God, I'm done.
Bad spot to be in right there.
And then he put his head down and just kept walking. Huh. I'm like, oh, you're fucking dead now. And I did it second time, drew back, and just, popped him 12 yards. And I immediately knew it was like high back lung, but it was a kill. It was a dead shot.
Yeah.
And he immediately sprinted right to the creek that he was just talking about. But you can see that hillside, and I heard him crashing through the woods, and then nothing. Like, I didn't hear a final crash or anything, but I did not see him go up that other side.
Yeah, so you knew he's in the bottom.
I did not see him go up that other side, so I'm going,
he's down there somewhere.
Yeah, or in the creek or something, yeah.
So is this your entry right here?
That was exit. No, it was...
yeah, he shot him on the left.
Yeah, that's exit right there. Yeah, that's exit. So it was high. I knew it was in the lungs. For sure, 100%.
Great. I mean, still, that's a great shot. That's a awesome buck, man.
Yeah.
Great story, too. Like,
yeah.
There was a lot more days involved there that I didn't talk about.
And he was chocolate racked. He was such a cool looking deer.
Well, how big is that deer?
149.
He looks bigger than that.
He does.
Right.
Is he short beamed?
He's narrow.
He
was only 13 inches wide.
Great buck.
13.
Dude. How big was he? 149?
Mm-hmm.
I have a 12-inch wide buck that's 148.
Yeah.
And they're neat. Well, he's out here. And when you see him, you're like, you see him from the front, you're like, piece of shit. You see him from the side, you're like, damn, dude.
I would have shot him again and twice on Sunday.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. That's why, dude, that deer scored 14 whatever inches lower. But that is the deer I wanted to shoot the most.
Well, what I like about this story is it kind of paints a lot of lessons learned for bow hunters because and like reoccurring every year shit to remember. Mm-hmm. Like even for experienced bow hunters and for new bow hunters to take note on. One, the pattern ability of it in taking the risk on a win that is highly quartering, but taking advantage of the time of the year, the pattern, and trying to get it done when you have time between life and work and opportunity.
Yeah. Yep.
Like those three in there, that is what deer camp is and getting shit done.
It's a deadly combination.
It's a deadly combination. And a lot of risk goes into being successful in bow hunting, really any hunting, but especially with whitetail. Sometimes when you don't think it's going to work, if it's sliced and you're wondering, that's when big deer get killed. It's because that's how they're going to pick up on you while they're moving through that area. And if you can get by them, a lot of deer die that way. But if you fuck up, it can fuck you up.
No, but yeah, I shot that deer, and I did wait like 20, 30 minutes. And I finally texted Brian. I said, got him. Or I shot him. He was like, which one? Where? When? Why?
Why? Where are you? You're never allowed back.
If yes, explain.
If yes, explain.
If yes, explain.
No, so I was like, no, I shot the narrow G2 buck, and
Spencer's typical text to the group after he's killed something is very simple. It's just guys with a bunch of S's at the end of it.
And a bunch of periods.
And we all know that he's killed something.
And he goes, I think I just shot a mark unit.
Yeah, a mark
So,
unit.
quick story. 4 or 5 years ago, 2020,
Yeah, you bastard.
nobody has shot a buck during the outing at all. And this was, I think, the first one that I was invited to.
Or the first one, you hunted it at our place.
Yes.
You were invited to the rest of them. You just hunted at your own
So
place.
I sat the stand that he shot his out of this year. Well, when I got to camp, this guy hadn't showed up yet.
I was supposed to be going.
He
to
was
that.
supposed to go to that stand. No, none of us have shot a buck during the outing.
No, it wasn't that. You have to take care of your husbandly duties before you go off on your trips. And unfortunately for me, but I'm way more attentive to my wife than these guys are. So I spend time at home, with my family that I love dearly. Darla, if you hear
Which
this,
mic are you on? I'm gonna mute this.
if you hear this, Darla, just remember that.
Hey, wait. Hey, to Darla.
To Darla.
I thought we were going to tell that story.
Oh, we can tell the story.
All right. Anyway, hold on. Let me tell this buck story real quick. So none of us have killed. We call it a marked unit.
Marked unit's really funny.
Marked unit.
Yeah.
Yet, I show up for the first time. My first hunt. I go out and hunt the stand he was at. Jake hadn't showed up yet. He showed up after I did, hunted a different stand. Sucks to be you,
bastard.
And at this point in 2020, I'd shot a couple 120s, 115, the climbing the ladder type deal.
Yeah, of course.
This beautiful 133, I think it was.
He was heavy, though.
He was heavy, yeah. He comes out in front of me. I fucking plugged him at 10, 15 yards again.
He's literally in the same spot I shot mine, except for he's only 5'4", so he didn't get a branch stuck in his cam.
But so I shoot this deer and I text him. I was like, guys, everybody else is 100 yards away, 200 yards away. All 4 other people in stands were all on the same property.
That I wasn't super mad about that because I killed a 134 or 133 or something buck like 5 days into season. So before that outing, I'd already killed.
You're already relaxed.
Like 130 something. So I was actually kind of happy he was there, so I didn't have to make that decision, honestly.
It was no decision.
That's what I tell myself at night to sleep better.
There you go.
Yeah. Love that. Whatever you got to do, brother.
Yeah.
That's justified, though, too.
But that one was cool because there was 4 of us there and we all got to be
That
able
makes
to
it
retrieve.
special, man.
Yeah.
The hunting camp aspect.
At the time, it was the biggest buck I'd shot.
Dude.
And we were all on the recovery.
And this guy was fucking swift-footed, and he was 10 steps ahead of us, and we all had these shitty Walmart headlamps.
Swift-footed.
And I'm fucking,
it's just funny. I don't
taking
know.
up the rear, and then
Brian's like, guys, slow down.
Tommy's in the back, like, I can only smoke so many cigarettes.
Ripping darts.
I can't see any blood.
And then Jake just goes, Spencer, go get your fucking deer. And
That's awesome.
We all fucking lost it.
That one is on the.
Yeah, we didn't see any deer the rest of the weekend after that.
What's that one is on the Instagram. It's
right.
farther down.
Yeah.
Way farther. I mean, it's a couple years back, but.
Could we find it?
Oh, yeah, you can find it.
We're going to regret finding it?
No. Oh, there's
Way
your
down
fly,
there, huh?
Yeah. No, I don't.
There's me at the shoot.
His own truck, Josh. Oh, that's a
Oh, do.
You're getting close.
That was you, Brian.
Yeah.
Is that what your place looks like?
Yes. It was actually.
Oh, look at that.
It was that deer actually, but I got that one mounted at Old Barn.
Okay, yeah, look,
That's
killing
my
it.
dog.
My dog. As you can see, we're real serious here.
Oh, there it was. No, never mind. That was a deer I shot like 2 weeks later.
Well, this is what it's all about, dude.
Yeah.
That was it right there on the left.
Top left.
Yep.
Yeah.
The one laying there?
Down.
This one?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it a video?
No.
Oh, I thought you had a video of the recovery.
No.
I don't remember those pictures. Yeah, that was
Yep,
it.
that was it.
Stud.
That was
Oh, you shot that doe?
And I shot that the same night.
Same night.
And I was like, you took my...
This? The entry or exit?
That's entry.
That's entry.
So you remember how Brian was complaining about his elbow? He gave us a lot of backstory on that elbow injury.
There's bone chips in it. Cool. I love it. Great stories. I like the hunting camp camaraderie aspect of it. Like,
Scroll down.
Keep going. I know what he's looking.
Yeah, keep going.
Keep going.
There
There
it
it
is.
is. Left.
There it is.
Top
Up
left.
this?
Nope,
No.
up one more.
Up one more.
One more level.
Up.
There you go. That's a picture, bro.
yeah. You'll get ready to go to fucking Total Archery Challenge.
What is that? What does that say? What's the caption say?
You're still your girl and chew bubble gum. Unfortunately for you, we're all out of bubble gum.
Give that a like. Well, I think that's you guys kind of portray classic hunting camp and the kind of the fun you have, and I think we do that. It's kind of like our operation, but it's good to have your buddies involved. I think it's neat. Like what do you call it? The cracked in house instead of cracked out.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, it's just that's fun, man.
I
Like,
mean,
everyone
it's kind of like a never-ending project. It's not. I mean, it used to be a lot better.
All right, here I got a question. Why not just get one of them like little cabins on skids for like?
Well, because I've already got a foundation and a fucking everything. We got gas and water and shit.
Not
But
as
it's like,
bad as
Yeah, he has it. It just don't work.
All right. So I can't tell if it's bad or good because he's like, it's not as bad, and then you're like, yeah.
no, it's not that bad in the grand scheme of things.
tell you what.
If like a mountain man in Alaska had this, he would it'd be his wet dream.
As long as you're not the first person there, it's not terrible. First person there's job is to clean up all the mouse turds off the mattresses and then vacuum the flies out of the window. So,
You know what? It's kind of reminds me of what I
deer
grew
camp.
up. I grew up hunting in
That's
Fulton
deer
County,
camp to a T.
and there was an old cabin, dude. All right, it's kind of the same thing. It was a nice cabin.
Yeah, like it's got
It's not
like
maintained.
it's never
You're
gonna
dry and you're
go.
warm.
Was it maintained?
You're dry.
You're dry and warm, and
it.
if you're gonna be there for a while, you can hook up gas and electric,
But
or
dude,
gas and water. But if it takes half a day
To get all the shit
to
ready.
get all the like when you're leaving, it takes half a day to get all the water out of the pipes, just because it's on like I don't know, it doesn't drain right. So it takes half a fucking day. That's why my grandpa doesn't turn down the water anymore, because he doesn't want to stay an extra half a day to make sure all the water's out of the pipes.
Well, yeah, so it reminds me of where I hunted growing
But we have
up.
a shitter.
So that's big.
We can fill up. Yeah, but I mean, I would have to turn the water on. We can fill up the tank of the toilet if we wanted to.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. So we had this hunting cabin that
Like
was
we have septic and all that.
Yeah, I got you. No one was ever there, but if you got there first, you're vacuuming flies and ladybugs and the shit. But it was dry. The carpet was decent. You could walk around in your socks. There was a mat.
No.
But this place also, in the same breath, this place also in one season got so destroyed you couldn't go in it from raccoons. So it just shows like it was on the verge of being decent. But I always remember this. For some reason, it was in the woods. Like, there was a little cabin that was built, and you'd go down this windy dirt road, no gravel, and you'd get back in there. And I was young, and in the bathroom, there was no curtain on the bathroom window. So there was the toilet, and then this big, like, half-bodied window right behind the toilet. So if you were pissing, you're, like, at night, as a younger kid, I'm looking, like, into the woods, but you can't really see out of the window in the dark. And for whatever reason, I've told this story on the podcast before, there was 2 handprints on the window, and the fingers on it were this fucking long, dude. And it was like they were there for years.
That no one ever cleaned the windows.
And it was the creepiest fucking hand. Like, I don't know why,
dude.
But I just
that
remember
had to be something.
peeing and looking at them handprints on the windows.
Dude,
I'm not kidding. It was the finger. Someone had to either gone like this and then
Something
put
like
their
that.
No,
like alien
Yeah, that
shit.
could've
yeah,
been it.
like alien type fucking finger.
ET stuff.
It's Bigfoot.
Yeah, somebody fucked around and did it, I think. But it was like they were there forever, dude. I still remember them from fucking. I don't know. I was probably.
Well, it's seared in your brain.
I was 14, probably.
Yeah.
Creepy as shit.
So 2004.
I remember everything about
Core
deer camp,
memory,
dude.
if you
Our
will.
cabin was on stilts because it flooded every summer, and then they didn't have electricity or plumbing, so they had an outhouse.
Oh, we had that originally. Actually, my grandpa just died a week and a half ago.
Oh man, sorry to hear
rest
that.
in peace.
Yeah, cheers to Grandpa. Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, it is rough. He and I are the only like real guys in my family, so now I'm doing it solo.
Yeah, it's all right, dude. But you gotta just do
Oh, you got
stuff.
your
in his
buddies
legacy.
So I found pictures because we were making his photo boards for the wake and stuff. I found a bunch of pictures he took on a fucking disposable camera for when he first bought the property 24 years ago. And we've come a long way.
Yeah.
It was 2 campers. He paid $800 for both of them. So total $800.
Yeah.
We backed him up in an L and had a generator in the middle. And he put up, I don't know where he stole it from, but he had this fucking.
Why did he have to steal it?
Because I know we didn't make it. It was 6 foot, like
treasure.
6 foot tall privacy fence. He wired to T-posts, like to make a little, I don't know, like I guess box.
Like a camp area where he felt secluded.
Yeah. And then he built, because I have all sisters, he built an outhouse for them to go to the bathroom in. And then in order for the tax man to not throw a fit, or the assessor to not throw a fit about having an outhouse because it's illegal or whatever, he would just store a lawnmower in it and call it a shed. And I found all these pictures, and like the property looks nothing like it does now.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking wild. I got them in the pictures in my truck. It's just fucking crazy.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And
Come a
now
long
we've
way.
got a fucking real cabin and, you know, a full blown deer camp. And it's
That's
just,
awesome.
It's crazy.
You're building lasting memories, man. It's like we've talked about this a bunch of the podcasts. Like, well, one with WCB in general. It's like we met you guys through this. We've met a lot of people through WCB, and we're forming our own hunting camps and even traditions. Like, look, the shoot. There's a family of the shoot. Like, the shoot is as big as we ever want it to get. We're right about 200 people that shoot it. There's probably 50 to 75 people that come just to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's its own family. Like, the shoot crowd is its own shoot crowd. You know what I mean? Like, people come, they come back, they see the same people that saw it the shoot last year, and it's as big as we want to get it. It doesn't really need to be any bigger. It actually would cause problems if it got bigger. We'd have to fucking reevaluate things. But it's like that's kind of its own community group in a way. The same way you guys are doing stuff. We have the middle of the map hunt camp, which we're going to do a spring camp tonight. Rachel and Nate will be here, and they might already be here. I don't know.
Someone walked in with a backpack earlier.
Oh, for sure then.
Or Jordan left. He's filming turkeys in the morning. So it's either Jordan left or their end. So
That's the coolest thing about the shoot too. Is like people that meet other people at the shoot. They're sharing deer camp together now.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
they're
you
going
became
on
good friends with Judd at the
I
shoot.
became friends with Judd and
through the shoot.
Oh, what's that kid's name?
Keeler George.
Kyler.
Kaler.
So
No one can ever say his name.
So funny story about that. So I went to like 2 shoots and him and I were in the same group. We back and forth the whole fucking time. So I got one of either that deer, or I think it was the deer after that at Old Barn. And I walk in there, my deer's ready to go, whatever. I'm picking it up. Colton, I'm talking to him, and he's like, "You want a tour?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I want to go see all the deer that are in here." I'm walking back there. I'm like, "Hey, isn't that Kaler's deer?" And he was like, "How the fuck did you know that?" I'm like, I know things.
Yeah.
So,
I know
So
people.
I took a picture. I sent it to Kaler, and I was like, "Hey, picking up my deer." And he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
The big 8.
Yeah, it was the big one he shot on Austin's place.
Yeah.
yeah, it was that same year. But,
Yeah, Kaler's a good dude.
But
Like,
yeah, I met Judd and Kaler, Zach. Shout out Zach. We were a group for a couple years in a row, and like.
just a shoot group, you mean?
Yeah, sure. But I talked to Judd about habitat stuff, burning stuff, mammoth stuff. I text
everybody gets
stuff
along,
all the time.
dude. Everyone's kind of found their group there, but everybody's still the same family. Like,
Well, yeah. So like last year, I think Judd went beforehand, but I'm like, okay, cool. I'll find another group, and so I brought Josiah last year.
Yeah,
it was his first 3D shoot he had ever been to.
What do you think?
He was nervous as shit. Josiah, shout out. He was nervous.
Well, if you don't know, you don't know what to expect. I
get it.
So being in Missouri, he's got a couple like parks around that have 3D targets out, but it's not like a walk through the woods, trail type deal.
Yeah.
And so he got to this, and then we were in the group. We found like 4 or 5. We were in a group of like 8 fucking people. I think it was a big group. But he's like, dude, that was great. That was easy.
Yeah.
There was no worries.
Yeah.
It's the most laid back fucking thing ever.
It's way more relaxed than people think. They make it out as like it's going to be some total archery challenge, or like a tournament.
Yes,
some
big shoot off.
Even the shoot off, even the shoot off things are like, guys, if you want to do it, sure.
Literally just walk up and do it.
If not, that's fine. I'm looking forward to it this year. We're talking about maybe doing the after party at the depot. That got brought up the other night, which I got to see. But
don't you do it at Jig?
We normally do it at Jigs' Tavern in Alexis, which is a great tavern. But I was, the depot's our bar. It's right there. And we're talking to the owners the other day. They're great people. And they're like, well, if you want to do it here, you can. I'm like, man, I've always just where it's so close to home. I don't want someone wearing our logo, like maybe get out of control and cause everybody in town knows you guys.
Jigs is like an easy.
Yeah, we'd love
get
to
out of
have
control
you.
there all you want.
Yeah, with both are great bars, So we're talking about it. I got to make a decision pretty quick, but no, the shoot, it's June 21st for anyone wanting to come along. Galesburg Archery Club in Rio, Illinois is the outdoor club. They have an indoor club that's actually in Galesburg, but I don't know, man. I think it'll be a good time this year. I think I'm expecting about the same amount of shooters, maybe a little more now that we're on Father's Day weekend, but it's just fun.
Yeah. Great time.
We got last year we did a little cup if you won the solo cup shoot down.
Oh, that's cool.
We got a upgraded trophy this year.
Ooh, surprise.
Hi, Rachel.
Hello.
So, yeah, it can be a good time. It can be a damn good
Great time.
This is fun, boys.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about it?
Is there anything else we need to talk about? Guess not.
All right, let's do this.
Jake did shoot a deer this year.
Yeah, we got another buck story?
Oh, yeah. I shot a deer this year. It wasn't anything super impressive. I don't even think we got a picture of it on here, but the one I killed 2 years ago is on here, I think. Scroll down.
We are a
There you are.
Hunting League team.
There you are. Far left one, yeah.
Oh, that was late season 2.
Yeah,
Damn.
That's stud, buddy.
That was late.
Browsing 2s and 3s, boy.
Yeah, he's got. I think if you go to the next picture, you might.
No. Look at that smile real quick. Let's not get past that. Either one.
He's got all kinds of trash, dude. Dude. So this buck here.
Crunch time.
Yeah, crunch time. Never heard of her. So this buck here. Cool thing about him was. You talk about deer that you don't have any history with, and then you talk about deer you do. Tons of history with this deer. Had pictures of him for probably 2 years, 3 years in a row. No real good encounters until that year. At the point that I killed him, it was the 5th encounter I had with that deer. Throughout the farm, like he was, I didn't have a bunch of early season pictures, and I had a bunch of pictures of a different buck actually that I wanted to kill, and I got an opportunity on that buck on October 7th, and just misranged him. Everything happened quick, and then the last picture I had of that buck. I was like October 21st, and I never saw him again. But after that buck disappeared, this one was on the cameras throughout the farm every day. And the times that he was on the cameras would be different. Like sometimes it'd be early morning, and then boom, afternoon. And then boom, overnight.
Yeah.
So it was hard trying to decide where I was going to hunt him. And the first time I saw him on the hoof, I did a hang and hunt. So it's my family's farm. We've farmed this ground since 1909.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah. And it's 2 miles from my house. I mean, I can ride my side by side to it. So it's real nice to get the kids out there and stuff, and they get to enjoy it too. But I had an idea of where he was going to bed, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to move towards that area. And when I didn't have any real good sets for that wind, so I just did a hang and hunt with like a Novik stand and some climbing sticks or whatever. He was actually the third deer I saw that night, and I saw him with like 5 minutes of shooting light left. He was following a doe, and it was beginning in November. And once he got to about 20, I know I'd probably say it's probably 30 yards. He's behind a bunch of shit, and I couldn't really get a good beat on him. And this doe, he was just nosing her, and she was kind of like right under my tree. So you couldn't do a ton of moving to get moved around. He's coming in 5 minutes of legal light left. It's getting dark quick.
You're pushing it.
You know what I mean? And I'm in the timber at this point. So not a field edge where you have a lot of wide open shots or whatever. And
pin light's going down and down and down.
Right. So she ends up not liking something and decides she's going to peel off and go the other direction. Not spooked, but just go back the way she came, and he's going to follow her. Well, I think I have a clear shot at him as he's going to follow this trail. I take a shot. What I realized later in the daylight is that there was a couple twigs that ended up deflecting my arrow high, because I watched that knock go high, and I thought at the time that I sailed straight over his back, because I went to the arrow and I got nothing on the arrow. The deer didn't act like it was hit. There was nothing there. And I was like, well, shit, like, did I just screw this deer up for the rest of the season?
Mm-hmm.
And so, we had obviously no indication that the deer was hit at this point. And so we continued to monitor cameras and stuff like that. And we didn't see him for probably 2 days, and I got a little worried. And then after that, he showed back up in the middle of the night, and I'm like, okay, bingo. Like, we got him.
He's back.
So he's still there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's alive. Confirmation. We're good.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would continue.
That's like such a relieving feeling.
Yeah.
Most people have been there. It's like you don't see a deer a while. Even if you get a 1 a.m. photo, you're like,
picture, you're like, okay, we're good. We're good.
We're back.
Especially when you had him every day.
Back.
Just that a deer's existing. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna kill him.
So it was cool that to get those pictures, and then we go into shotgun season, and I saw him during shotgun season. It was super cool. He was probably fucking 300 yards away through a field, like really far. But the cool part about it was I could see him running, and I knew it was him just by the sheer size of him. And he had a bunch of honeysuckle stuck in his branches as he's running through this open field. He's on a doe, and so he's monkeying around with her. And I ended up getting some trail camera pictures with those that honeysuckle stuck in his branches. So it was kind of cool. So that was kind of my next encounter with him. I had an encounter with him, couple similar to that, where he was, really far off, and I really don't have any shots at him. It was more just observing him from a distance and playing this like long-term cat and mouse with him. Andy, my buddy that he's a member of our group too, he ends up getting, because he hunts my farm too, or my family farm. He ends up getting an encounter with him at like 10 yards where he's making a scrape, and just like perfect scenario where he sneaks in an area you weren't expecting him. All of a sudden, you look down, there he is. You go to stand up, and crick, boom, he's gone. The creak of a stand or whatever, and boom, he's gone. So, that was kind of, we would still see him middle of the day, whatever. And so I was like, he's here. I'm not going to, I got to keep hunting him. And what ends up happening was really late in the season. It was December 28th, I think was the date. And I was going to go hunt with my middle boy there. I don't know, in the other picture, Christopher. Yeah, the one on the far left over here. So he was going to come with me. We were going to hunt a field edge. It's really late in the season. We were going to smack a doe, and he was going to have the time of his life. Well, and that was going to be an afternoon hunt. Well, whatever was on the TV was more interesting at the time. And I'm real big into like, if he doesn't want it, I'm not going to force it.
Yeah, you got to let him find the interest.
Right.
A little
So
bit,
I mean, he was with me this year, last Saturday when we killed the turkey, and he's bit by the bug for sure. But if he doesn't want it, I won't force it. And so he didn't want to go, and I was like, all right, well, hell, man, the only thing I really thought about was hunting that spot, and I haven't seen this deer in the afternoon on this part of the farm in, you know, forever. So I'm really, this deer is kind of second, you know, like I'm thinking into next year. We're December 28th, but I'm still already thinking into next year. What am I going to do with this deer?
Yeah.
Like, how am I going to hunt him? Is he going to live? Like those kind of things.
obsessed whitetail guy thinking.
Yeah. Sure. So, and I'm like, because I think my window to kill this deer is past, because there's no pattern. He's random. He's morning. Now he's evening. You know, just like you could never get a good spot. And he was so spread out throughout the farm. He was everywhere. Every camera I had on the farm, I have at least
hardest
one.
deer to hunt when they're everywhere.
And it's not like it's small. It's a couple hundred acres, and it's like some part of it's high ground, part of it's bottoms, part of it, you know, it's
part of it's ag fields. I mean, like you got
the cat and mouse of that will kill you.
He's just doing big buck things,
right? And he was good at what he did.
And there's levees on part of it. You know, it's just it's a really good property to own. It's probably a tricky property to hunt.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And yeah, fun. It's a lot of cat and mouse, and this was my biggest deer. And so basically what happened was that Christopher doesn't want to go with me that night. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, the only reason I was
how old's Christopher?
He's 5 this year.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I decided
not quite in the pocket, but
not quite, you know. So I'm like, all right, well, if he's not with me, I'm going to hunt this other stand. I'll do the same thing. I'll still kill a doe, but at least I'm up off the ground and it's a little further walk. I wouldn't have taken him because it's, you know, his little legs can't handle the walk as well. So anyway, I'm sitting there and I shit you not, probably about fucking 3 o'clock. I hear behind me crunch, 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 which is the exact opposite way that I anticipated any deer to come from. That was the direction my wind was blowing. It was the way they were not supposed to come. I'm setting up over just a late winter forage plot that I have kind of inside the timber that's super secluded before it leads off into some bigger, ag fields. So it's, something we've prepped work. And I shit you not, I turn over my shoulder and there he is, like, he's coming into my shooting lane like that. Mm-hmm. And so I did nothing but stand up, draw, and he saw me because he's downwind of me, and I have half a second to make this decision.
Yeah.
So I hit him, and do
you remember aiming and executing your shot?
Not at all. Like, I didn't have time to think of any of that. The only thing that I knew next.
Which afterwards you're like, fuck, did I look through my peep?
What did I do?
Was I on him when I fucking released?
And you're
the
watching.
blackout phase is a real thing.
It's real.
Especially in that type of situation.
Oh, yeah.
And
it happens that fast.
I see him over my shoulder. I know exactly who he is. And I know that my wind's going that direction because I can feel it in my face. You know what I mean? So I'm like, fuck. So I stand up and I felt like one motion, right? Go to my cheek and I just remember releasing. And when I did, he dropped instantly. And I'm like, fuck. I spine shot him is what I did, and he's down, but then he's like picking his head up, and it's the worst feeling in the world as a deer hunter. Yeah. You're like, man, I fucked this up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now you're like, how can I, ethically,
dispatch the whole situation
in this suffering of this animal? So what I tried to do was I tried to shoot another arrow from the tree, and realized that now his angle was so different that he was now into some brush, and I'm like, I can't get a good shot. So I had to lower my bow down, and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to scare him to where he now can get up, and it's going to prolong this process. So I had to kind of wait out till he got down to where he was like kind of settled down, and then I got down and ended up having to sneak up to him and kind of doing the final dispatch of him. It was kind of it sucked to have him in that way, but at the end of the day, it was like where he was, I would not have hunted that position had my son chose to go with me, and
weird how things work out.
Would have never seen that deer.
Shout out to Christopher.
Yeah, shout out.
Good job, Christopher.
Yeah, my dude.
Shout out to what was there on TV.
Yeah. So shout out to Paw Patrol or whatever it was.
Miss Rachel's out there.
Chase was on the case or something. I don't know, man. But it was cool. and then I got them out there on the recovery and stuff, and obviously it wasn't a big big track job, but they got to see the whole process throughout that.
Totally.
And I really enjoy that, man. That's honestly like my whole season this past year. I didn't kill a big buck. I probably killed 120s, I think was what he finally went. And
this deer?
No. This one.
I'm like, you're out of your goddamn mind, brother. Who measured that thing? Let me get that.
He ended up scoring 164 and 7/8, and my dad.
That's a fucking hammer, bro.
My dad would not let me live it down. He said you couldn't even kill a 165. So,
bro, dude, that's basically a mainframe 8-pointer, dude. In the 160s.
Sure. So he had 15 scorables. There were tons of kickers. And
how big are the twos on that bitch?
Dude,
big?
Yeah, they're huge. I think they were like
Big enough.
13 and a half, almost 14 inches.
Yeah, that deer's a hammer all day. So what do you go, 64?
164 and 7/8. Yeah.
That deer's bigger, brother. If he's got 15 score, well, bring that fucking thing over to me. I'll measure that motherfucker.
Hey, brother, I'll bring it over here.
Bring it over. I'll measure it.
Next trip, we're filling up a truck bed.
Yeah, we're filling up a truck bed with a fucking.
Here, all I'm asking is anything I measure, enter it and poke it down.
Fuck yeah.
That was the goal. That's why I wanted to.
That's why. Well, I was pissed that a year. Well, me and Spencer had the same taxidermist this year. He said, "No, your shit's already on the fucking forum," and we're like, "God damn it!"
See, I need to do this. So Bucky and I need to get together. We need one more measure to get here, and we just need to do like a measuring day for homies, and that way we have like 3 or 4 measures here, and it'd be easier. But
we're so far away.
Yeah, long ways.
We're not painfully far away.
But hey, dude, I want to give you some credit. First of all, congratulations. That's a great deer.
Thank you.
I appreciate you telling the honest story about spining them and doing that, because it's like a lot of people will skip details like that to make it seem more like I did the perfect thing. Whatever.
No.
But that's reality. That's how it works. And
dude,
that's what happens.
You're preaching to the fucking choir, because I ruined a whole quiver of arrows.
See,
2 years ago. If you exit out of that, go to like 2 years or go down. Pause.
And I think that's what I like about the story was nothing about it was perfect. You know, nothing about it was perfect.
Keep going. That one, middle.
Yeah.
Okay, that deer I spined, and then I had to chase it.
You look at his quiver; every arrow has blood on it.
Every arrow is broken fucking half because I chased it through the river bottoms, and that's all half-inch thick willow saplings.
Oh yeah.
I fucking
kept hitting them fucking things.
Go to that one on the left. That's my son.
And dude, I had 5 arrows in my quiver. I fucking broke every one. And dude, every one of them would deflect off one of those saplings as it was, crawling away or whatever, and hit somewhere I didn't want it to.
Crawl away.
It was fucking bad.
Hey, can we give a shout out to? Should I say his name? Your neighbor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy. So that's his neighbor to the southwest.
South and west, yeah.
Regardless, I had met Isaac the day he shot his deer, but so I'm out on his property by myself. He wasn't there. Nobody was there with me. I shoot that deer this year, and he's 500 yards, 1,000 yards back in the woods, and it's just me. And what ended up happening was he ran down that ditch and never got to the creek and died right before the creek.
Mm-hmm.
Praise Allah.
Okay. If that's what you choose.
And so he, without me even asking, Brian was like, I'm going to call Isaac. I was like, okay. So Isaac shows up. He's not doing anything that day. He just shows up, dude.
No. He just had a baby 8 days before that.
Oh, that's right.
He's looking for a reason.
He's looking for a reason.
He shows up. He's like,
shows
hell
up on
yeah.
a 1949 case.
Go in the woods?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
He was like, hell yeah, I'll help you drag that deer out. He came down there, helped me drag all the shit. Like, shout out to that guy. Yeah.
That's
he
cool.
was the GOAT.
You guys are killers. You guys are more than dope. You guys are killing marked units out here.
Well, and what I was trying to say earlier is honestly, last year, my whole goal was to kill a deer with my boy in the blind. Like that to me was like something I was really striving for. So that's why I was super pumped for turkey season this year. The kids ate up over turkeys. I don't know what it is. He's got bird brain. but you know,
We all did.
In a good way.
So he was able to be there for my kill on Saturday when I got that turkey. So he was pumped, and that kid hunted hard for a 5-year-old. He would get up at fucking 4 a.m. He wouldn't complain. He just wanted snacks, man. That was it.
Bring snacks.
Just snacks.
I think we're gonna take my kids with Rachel and Andy, who just got here, like
Okay.
literally while we're recording. I think Saturday morning.
Yep.
We're gonna go to the Grizzly box blind.
There you go.
Some kitty chairs, an iPhone full of videos,
Yeah.
Some
and
snacks.
Whatever gets them to just like, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
Like everyone hates on the screen time thing. I get it at home, but when it's hunting, watch my phone.
Yeah, dude, in the blind, like you bring your tablet. Let's go.
Yeah, it's better than being at home on the couch and not being out there. At least I can be like,
I'm throwing up a hotspot, brother. Like you're watching Netflix. Like, let's go.
I got Starlink on top of that blind, bro.
But the thing is, it's like, at least we can be like, hey, there's a turkey coming. Put the phone away for now. You can watch it when we're all done.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just pulls them in there
Yeah.
to be like, to just experience it. Whereas, like, dude, when I was fucking 3 or 5,
we didn't have
like, my
that.
kids. What's my dad gonna bring me to the blind? Be like, you're gonna sit here and sit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Think
all
about
right,
what
and then
you've
what?
done.
Nothing.
You're bored?
sitting.
Smoke this cigarette.
Yeah, smoke this Marlboro Red and be a man.
You know what? You're driving
It's
home.
1993, pussy.
You're coughing too much.
If I had 2 dozen roses. What? Why are you singing me 90s country, Dad? This isn't helping.
My grandpa used to build these
I don't know why that came to my mind.
8-foot tall box blinds, and he used to like drill like those 1-inch
smoke holes.
That's 1 inch.
well, no, but like the drill bits.
Damn.
If that's
What kind of glory holes are you visiting, dude?
That's
I don't want.
That's what I tell my wife. 1 inches.
1 inch.
Like they're the drill bits that they drill. They hollow out
A hole saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
He used to drill holes, 1-inch holes,
Yeah.
1-inch holes around the blind, so that I could lay down there and fucking read books or whatever when I was 5 years old and watch what he was doing. He'd be just.
I thought so he could blow his Marlboro Red smoke out of the blind.
No, he quit smoking a while back.
Honestly,
but
I'm just surprised he knew how to read.
Miller High Life.
Champagne and beers, dude.
Champagne and beers.
Yeah, dude.
Their logo is a hot chick on a moon.
He got buried in a Miller High Life outfit.
He did?
Yes, he did.
That's badass.
All right, that's sick. What a legend.
That is a legend.
That's a good
well,
time.
you saw
right
it. He had he had the full fucking get up.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good time right there.
That's a good time.
That's good people.
And I still, where I shot the second one, the one that's highlighted right there.
Yep.
It's like 30 yards south of that blind that I was talking about, where you drill all the hole. I mean, the blind's falling down now. It's in the river bottoms, gets flooded all the time. But
still cool.
Oh yeah, and like you can see.
You still got that Cubs hat on.
I told you, he's got like 3 kill pictures that have. It's disgusting.
Represent.
I love it. You guys are doing a good job, man. You guys are
We're
a good
trying.
team. A lot of fun.
We're trying. We're trying.
Good people. Well,
Hey, we got some shit on YouTube too.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Good Sit Mobile.
Good Sit Mobile. Okay.
Yeah, that's my cousin's company, and they sell. Well, he's got a pretty good YouTube channel. Like most of our hunts, that if he goes with us, we're filming.
Mainly if he goes with you.
Well, whatever. I mean, that's your fault, not mine.
You're right.
But
You're right.
But yeah, he's got some good products on there for mostly. Well, he tries to cater to the public land guy, like getting.
It's more the
trail camera mounts,
lightweight mobile set.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and his YouTube's pretty good. We got like all kinds of kills on there.
Cool.
And our Instagram and Facebook. Oh, I mean, I haven't checked our Facebook, and I couldn't tell you how long. But we mostly operate off Instagram.
Instagram's the best. Yeah.
Instagram and Gmail.
Eric, when's the last time you checked our Facebook messages?
Like a week ago.
Oh, better than I thought.
Yeah. Sometimes like a month or 2 ago.
Oh, good job.
Still waiting for a response, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. I do the Instagram. I'm pretty
kidding,
on the ball
I'm
for the
kidding.
most part on Instagram.
Instagram's so much easier.
Yeah.
Facebook sucks.
It does.
It's the same company.
So
guys.
we do.
I know, but it's different.
If you email me on Gmail, I mean, I'll answer. But otherwise, Instagram.
Nah.
Nah.
I mean,
Email would be terrible.
1-800-COLLECT.
Yeah. If you look me up in the yellow pages, I'll answer my rotary dial.
Yeah, page me.
I think all 3 of us have the Instagram.
Yeah, all three.
So
well,
we're all 3 posts.
Yeah, well, there's only like a couple of us that have the Instagram password, so one of us will get back to you if you shoot us a message or anything. But
okay, we'll link it in the episode description.
Heck yeah.
It was good to have you guys back.
Yeah.
Well, you back
Yeah.
especially, but have you guys in for the first time.
Yeah.
to the new studio is so badass.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm glad
thanks.
you guys made. I thought you had been here before, and you were like, "No, I've never been here." I'm like, oh, "What the fuck?"
No, we've been to your house a couple times, but never here.
Yeah,
I was a little disappointed in how many deer here. I expected more.
You wanted more?
There's
This
more
place is
coming.
cool.
You guys complimented no deer except the doe
Yeah.
and the coos deer.
There's only one deer here that mattered, honestly.
I talked about your dad's deer.
You did. You brought
that
one up.
at the bar.
yeah,
you brought
but
one
that's
up.
more a respect thing. Honestly.
Yeah, it's like, oh, dad's dead. Let me bring this one up.
Yeah, look low, man.
Wow.
Look low.
We want to get.
I looked at him and I said, "Hey, man, I see what you're doing. It's
Yeah.
not working."
I get it. I appreciate
You
it.
think I'm gonna like you more because you're trying to
I
sympathize
see what
with
you're
me
doing.
over my dad? Is that what you're doing? Not falling for it, bro. You can leave.
There's the door.
Get out. I'm just kidding. I'm not that guy. I appreciated it. I got to retell the story. It was fun.
Spencer, how's your sugar?
It's a little up right now.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Hey, can Jay tell the story real quick about how he met his wife?
I tell you what, I want to sleep next to her tonight, so I don't think I should tell this on there.
She ain't gonna hear this
We'll
tonight.
tell you off air. We'll tell you off air. It's
Hey,
fucking. It's
let's go 15 feet to our bar and you can tell us that story.
Yeah, that'll work.
Hey, I gotta say, you guys are a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I
thank
really,
you.
really enjoyed this podcast a lot. You guys are welcome back anytime. And
anyway, we appreciate the friendship that
course.
you've extended to us because, well, I mean, we're nobodies and we just like to have fun. And
well, you're not nobodies. Don't say that.
And
Well, you know what I mean, though, and we
you guys
understand.
are good people, man. That's what we're about.
Yes, and we appreciate the fact that you guys like us and have us on, and
will talk to us.
yeah, and will talk to us and share our story.
You're welcome.
And share our story and
Doug's like,
help us out and do whatever.
I'm
and,
low road and Doug's high road. You guys.
and we just really, really appreciate everything you guys have done for us and like the friendship we've made and all this cool connections we've been able to make and the fun times and everything that's coming ahead.
Yeah, of course, dude.
And I would like to give one more shout out.
Yeah, shout it out
to
bro.
our friend Andy Watts, who just quit the police force to open his own taxidermy studio.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Okay.
And
Congrats,
it is.
Andy. Let's get him on the G2 podcast. We're due for some G2 series podcast.
I actually, he's a vet and he's obviously been a cop for a decade. He is, I think he's going to be on Victory Drive soon.
Oh, sick. Tell him to hit up Old Barn G2 and we'll get a podcast lined
Okay,
up.
it's Revived Taxidermy in Ashland, Illinois, just west of Springfield.
Okay.
And he is the fucking man. He is.
Tell him to start ordering G2 forms.
Well, he's doing a hell of a job. He's like small batch right now. He's doing it by himself, but he's doing a really good job.
And he's got one deer done, and hopefully
He just texted me this morning that mine was done, and yours should be any day.
Well, if he's ordering G2, he's going to save money and make money. So if he's on G2,
He likes the Mears forms, but in fact, I'm assuming he can be convinced otherwise.
have him call G2.
No,
They'll send him a catalog. I'm telling you. He will save money and make money. The G2 taxidermy supply is there for the taxidermists. They're not there to just make. They're the most affordable.
Well,
in my
after
opinion,
this,
best
I'll
form.
get you guys' contact information all set up.
Yeah, we'll get that going. That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
So we'll have to line that
and
up.
he's very affordable, and I'm sure he'll do some sort of military or vet discount. I don't know. I can't speak for him.
Let's just speak for his business.
Yeah, way to go, Brian.
I can't speak for him, but he's that kind of guy.
You're going to give away money.
We'll help him out where we can.
Yeah. He's great. He's great. He helps my mom out all the time, and I can't say enough good things about that guy.
Cool.
Right on.
If you're letting him hang out with your mom, he must be a good dude.
I told him today. I was like, I think my mom's got a crush on you, dude. And he's just like, no, don't be weird about it.
You know, at least she doesn't have a crush on me anymore. That's
pawned off the crush.
Hey, on that note,
Zinger. Time to go.
yeah.
All right, so everyone follow PCTDHA on Instagram, and if you need me or any of us, email pctdha@gmail.com. If you want to join, probably not, but if you want an application, go through a thorough vetting process.
I get 500 emails.
Yeah.
We'll send you an app, and anyone who's interested, just hit me up. All right.
Hey, you guys are great. It's a ton of fun. Closing thoughts, Dougie.
Nothing. Thanks for coming. It was really fun.
All right. I appreciate Doug's mustache. Go Cubs.
Doug's just happy to be here. Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
No, this was a good time. I like this setup a lot more than your house because we don't have to be quiet after 9 when your kids are in bed.
Way better. First of all, first guy to ever wear a cowboy hat for an entire podcast.
It was difficult with the headphones. I don't know if you saw me monkeying around in here, but
the whole time.
Literally.
You probably can't wait to get those off.
Yeah, my ears are sweaty, and
I'm fidgety too, though. So I don't
made
really
it happen. So it's cool. I had to be the first.
You look great. It's confident. We've had ski masks. We've had some weird hats, but cowboy hat, surprisingly, it's the first time. Well, did Trey wear a cowboy hat when he was in here?
I don't think he did.
No. Trey only wears a cowboy hat on the mountain, I think, but
only when he's on a horse.
Hey,
you rocked it. Good job.
Thanks, brother.
You pulled it off.
That. Thank you.
Looks great.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's awesome.
Looks great.
You guys are welcome back anytime.
Yeah, love to hear it.
Closing thoughts.
It's cool to be here. I've known you for quite a few years now.
Yeah.
From meeting you at your house,
Yes.
dropping off a deer.
Yeah,
and,
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Then meeting you a couple times at the shoot and at the shows, and then burning with you.
We know each other now.
Yeah, it was nice to finally be here.
You don't have to say like keep meeting you. We know
Yeah,
each
we
other.
I met you.
Yeah, now we're
so many
pals.
meets.
We're
Yeah.
pals.
We're pals, bro.
You
No.
can get so many meets before you're friends.
No, we've we've gone back and forth for a long time.
Yeah.
It's cool to be here.
Been fun, man. You've been a lot of help, especially with the burn and all that. So
I don't know
appreciate you
about
guys.
that.
Burn buddies.
Any closing statements, Kurt?
Well, you skipped Eric.
Eric already said his piece.
Yeah, so mine.
Hey, appreciate you guys. This was fun. This was honestly after show season and coming in. We just started turkey season this week at the time of recording. It'll launch a little later, but
Someone killed a bird.
I needed this refreshing, fun
Spoiler alert.
banter. You know.
Oh, and thanks for dinner.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah, thanks for dinner.
Yeah, I didn't
I'm
expect.
expecting sex after this.
I got hemorrhoids, so be careful.
All right.
So just so you know what you're getting yourself into.
Cue the outro.
Work.
You know what to do. Go shoot your bow. We love you. Peace. Thanks for listening. We love you.